Yes, guys, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. It's Tuesday afternoon, guys, and this is another show that I'm going to be doing on the midfield, and this is going to be the last show I do talking about this damn midfield problem. I'm doing it today. We're going to chop it up for a couple of hours, and that is it. We're going to move on unless we get a transfer in, then I'll come back with it. But apart from that, this is it. I'm sick of talking about it. Every video it's brought up. Midfield this, midfield that. So look, I'm going to talk about it, guys. Today, we're going to chop it up a couple of hours, have a talk about it, see what you guys think, and go from there. I know some, look, as YouTube creators, as Liverpool fans, especially when you do YouTube, obviously being a Liverpool fan, you're always asked about the midfield this, midfield that. I'll get DMs, I'll get asked on Twitter, midfield this, midfield that. It's becoming a pain in the neck. It really is. So I want to do this video. Let's do this video. Let's chop it up, see where the land lies, and then go from there, guys. And then go from there. And if there's any sort of break-in transfer news and everyone decides, you know what, we do need a midfielder, let's go and buy one, then obviously I'll bring you that breaking news on the channel. But apart from that, I'm done talking about it. I've had enough. So I'm going to do this video and it's going to be done. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Thank you very much. I know the weather is beautiful outside. So thanks for everyone coming in. I do appreciate it on your Monday afternoon. Much love, guys. Much love. Hopefully we'll have Savage here in a bit as well. I don't know if he's still live at the moment, but I've sent him the link. So Savage, you have got the link if you're about. And you're more than welcome to come in as well, guy, my man, and help chop this up with me. I think he might be finished. So if he's around, he's finished. So if he's around, get the link and he can come in as well. Big up to everybody here today. Hope you're all doing well. And let's chop it up. Let's say good afternoon. Some people in the chat. Big up Jazz. How you doing? Liverpool have invited Martin Tyler to Sky Sports and the BBC to learn more about the sensitivities of Hillsborough to avoid future issues arising. Jesus Christ. How many years has it been now? And still people need to be brought in for sensitive. I mean, this is ridiculous, ain't it? I mean, you shouldn't even see spoke about in a non-sensitive way. What is it's mad, ain't it? It's mad. Big up Jads for letting me know. Big up Ryan, ain't you well, mate? Smash that like. Yeah, exactly. Big up Clive, how you doing, mate? Jamie, I think Liverpool struggle this season. Nunez particularly looks very weak alongside with the whole backline. Top four would be a miracle, in my opinion. Whoa, Clive, are you in the chat still? Nunez looks very weak. Are we on the? Have we been watching the same Darwin Nunez? There's me spilling drink down myself like a plonker. Have we both been watching the same Darwin Nunez? I don't think the rest of the chat will quite agree with you there, Clive. And the back line. What do you mean by the back line? What do you mean by the back line? Clive, give me more details, man. Give me more details. Because that's a heck of a statement you just threw at me. Heck of a statement. Let me just see if Savage is about. Yes, Vic, I know. I fucked up. Jamie put the Adebayor hex on us when he said Thiago be fit for most of the season out for 6 weeks in the first game. Dope. Yeah, I messed up. I messed up badly, didn't I? I did put the hex on, Vic. You're right. I really messed it up. I put some hoodoo shit on that, didn't I? There's no doubt about it. Oh, for fuck's sake. What have I done? What have I done? Yeah, there's me talking the big game. Yeah, he's had a proper pre-season. He's going to be fine. Then he gets a 6-week injury. Oh, man. Oh, it's just, oh, Jesus Christ. I fucked up. What can I say, guys? I effed up. Big up, Gary. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Big up, Storm in the house. How you doing, Storm? How you, Jamie? Hope you're faring well with the family as well. Yeah, all big, all good, Ben, all good. Big up, Andrew. How you doing? The old chat. How are we all doing? Bernardo Silva to Barca is apparently Gerald Moreno is well-known Barca journalist has just confirmed it. That'd be mad, wouldn't it? Right. Tyler just needs to get people get sacked or cancelled, much less these days. Why not him? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Big up, Andrew. That's great news for us. Yeah, that's true. It's great news for the whole Premier League. I mean, Jesus Christ. The only problem is I don't go buy anyone to replace him. Big up, Jamie. Hope you're well. Big up 6 times. How you doing? Big up, Ant. How you doing? Breaking Bernardo Silva, a fee agreed for 80 million euros. How are Barcelona affording this? How are Barcelona affording this? This is madness. This is absolute madness. And why are Manchester City letting him go? I don't get it. Last season he was amazing. You know, Kevin De Bruyne always gets the acknowledgement. But if you look at the whole season as a whole, Bernardo Silva was arguably better. That's mad. Man City must have someone lined up. They must have someone lined up because he is a tremendous player. Absolutely tremendous player. I have no idea, Ant. It's mad. I've seen reports saying Matheus Nunes wants Liverpool transfer if just go and get him. Yeah, we're going to talk about it 6 times. Don't worry. I just fear that we're at a point now that if we don't get a midfielder, things will get toxic. Yeah. City losing, but that's good for us. Players taking pay cuts. How Barca are affording signing these players. It's madness. Big up Don Van Dijk. How you doing, my friend? Big up Wolf. It's not like Tyler's job is to know about the story of football. Well, yeah, exactly, Aaron. Exactly. Tellio, Gary. Tellio. If Nunes is weak, Haaland is stillborn. I shouldn't laugh, but I shouldn't laugh because that's Don Van Dijk. That is bad. I shouldn't laugh, but that's a heck of a statement. I shouldn't laugh. Big up, man, like Sean's in the house. How you doing, my man? Big up, Jamie. I hope you are well. You mentioned before that you believe Liverpool will bring in a midfield. Do you still think this is true? Or I think something might happen, yeah. I disagree big time. Reactionary nonsense, yeah, exactly. I don't have a clue, mate. It's ridiculous. They're broke. They're using Camp Nou to host weddings, but still managing to sign players. I know. How many weddings they got booked out to spend 80 million on a player? How many weddings they got booked out? Barcelona literally taking the P. They certainly are, Ant. What's my Twitter? Okay, I'll put it up for you. Let me put it up for you quick. Hang on, guys. Most of you know. So let me put it out. There you go. There you go. That's my Twitter handle right there at JamieLFC39. Just go and follow me on there, my friend. Go and follow me on there. Catch me there. You can catch me there, my friend. Who else we got in the chat? 6 times they are getting help from the Spanish government only way. Yeah, totally. And UEFA, because let's face it, UEFA love Barcelona. Players taking pay cuts, having weddings, selling stadium name because of £1 billion in debt. Yeah, I'm mad, ain't it? Silver is 55, 60 million according to Gerard Romero. Big up, Daddy and the Don. I think that's Phil. Big up to you. Liverpool will be fine. Bit of overreaction to Fulham result when in fact Fulham played really well. Yeah, exactly. Nunes will be fine. Just want to see if Mo reacts the right way. Nunes becomes the main goal scorer. It will be. Yeah, that is apparently the player they're going from PSG, which is a heck of a replacement, ain't it? Let's face it. Verratti from PSG is a heck of a replacement. But will PSG let him go to Man City like a Champions League rival, gunning for that Champions League? You know, City and PSG have both not won it and both desperate to win it. Will they let them go? That's the thing. Big up Gabriel, how you doing? Big up Jice. Been a while, Jice. How are you doing? If Silver's live, I'm afraid they will go for Jude. Maybe, but I mean, Jude ain't going anywhere this season, is he? Maybe that means Liverpool be champions. It all depends who they buy. Here you go. He got the mess. He got the MO. There you go. There he is. You're right, mate. Doing good, mate. Doing good. My voice is a bit shit, but I'm all right.
How are the kids, man? How's the missus? Everyone good?
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah, so yeah, Brody had his one of his epilepsy appointments today, and yeah, he's getting he keeps complaining that his legs really hurt all the time, and that part apparently that's a kind of seizure.
Yeah. I mean, it happened with mum that did.
So they gave us a diary. You got to write everything down, but
yeah,
he's actually all right.
Big up the kids, man.
Right. He's a lump. I know that. He's big for a 3-year-old. Massive. Don't know where he gets it from, actually. Yeah. 80 million is a bargain for Bernardo Silva. Yeah, I mean, he's off by the sounds of it.
Good times, man. Good times.
Apparently
levels the playing field a bit, man.
Yeah, but they're going for Verratti from PSG to replace him, aren't they?
Nah, it don't matter. It don't matter. Verratti's dope still, but Bernardo Silva...
He was quality. I was saying it at the beginning. I don't know if you heard. I was saying, like, everyone talks about Kevin De Bruyne all the time, but arguably, Bernardo Silva was the best midfielder last season.
Do you remember when I said that in your chat and everyone destroyed me, bro?
Yeah.
I got absolutely destroyed. In fact, I think I said it live. I got destroyed, and I was like, I think I said it in the preview as well. Like, for me, I know that people think there's like Kevin De Bruyne does more spectacular stuff, innit? But no one's more consistent than Bernardo Silva when it comes to that.
Yeah.
This geezer,
tremendous footballer.
Yeah, I know everyone tries to, they don't like his character in that, but they need to get over that. It's funny that, innit? Because we're Liverpool fans. Well, not me and you, but I've seen, because Liverpool fans are like, oh yeah, it's disgusting, hate him and that. I'm like, bro, you like talk about Suarez constantly, bro. This guy's racist and bites people. And you got a problem with just Bernardo Silva. Come on, man.
I mean, saying that, I don't know how Bernardo Silva got away with. He's a little bit of a racial.
Oh yeah, that was the photograph
with Mendy, ain't it? He said that because he looks like a cover. Was it a picture on a suite in Spain or something like that, or was it something like that?
I don't even.
It came about. It's
I don't know what to do about stuff like that because. Yeah,
apparently,
I don't know,
I know it's about a person I'm not going to mention, but he laughed it off. He didn't give a shit, did he? So
he wouldn't care because it probably is a joke between friends and that.
Yeah, he probably knows about it. So if he don't care, should everyone else really care? I mean, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, man. Sometimes, sometimes it's on him. It's not on Silva. It's on him to tell him like, that.
Oh, you got mute.
Yes, it's on him to tell him like, that's not the most appropriate thing. Especially one, it's not the most appropriate anyway. But out in the public. But for me, he obviously didn't know because he just wouldn't have done it. Like he's not stupid. Like if you're a racist, bro, and you're a footballer, I don't think you're dumb enough to just do that because it's not like he was angry and just said something. He went out of his way to like playing with his friend, having a joke and stuff like that. Kind of like what Cavani did when he mentioned like certain words and that.
Yeah.
Like,
because he said he saw him. He was in the shop, weren't he? And he saw him on I've seen you on a packet of sweets or something like that, weren't it? It was just.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more. Like what I'm like, bro. I'm not always trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, there's context to certain things, and his friends should tell him and that. Because for me, like,
I mean, if the bloke he was doing it to had a problem with it, he should be the one who tells him. Really,
he should tell him. He should have told him ages ago as well, because obviously that's not the first time and that. But I think
exactly.
Yeah, I think because of history, I think when it's a black person, it always seems more sensitive when it's a caricature of somebody, because that was the thing back in the day. If it was at the same time and that, you know what I mean? It's I don't even know what he said after that. I don't even if he apologized or anything. So
I don't know. He just sort of went quiet.
I think I only seen Pep say something, and
maybe he told him.
I remember Pep saying
say that again.
And I think they tried to ask Sterling, of course. Martin Luther Sterling as
why do everyone go to Sterling? What?
Mate,
why did everyone go to Sterling?
He stood up for himself once against one of the Man City fans who were racist. Remember that Manchester derby when the City fan was doing monkey chants to him? Stood up for himself once, And then after that, it just was like, well, we've got a black guy to speak to on every topic now, so let's just every time. And then obviously Rashford took over. So
yeah, it's mad, ain't it? It's mad. Vic puts here, imagine a midfield of Hendo, Milner, spearing Hendo and Milner. I can tell you right now, spearing Hendo and Milner might still actually happen this season, because Spearing played for the under-23s, which means he's registered, which means he can play in the League Cup, which means that midfield could be a reality in a League Cup match.
Surely Klopp just plays flipping 17-year-olds and do that, man. I would. That would be the point of call where I'll just turn the TV off, man. Yeah, you won't see me for a while after that match, bro.
God, could you imagine the mockery? Oh my God,
disgusting.
With Pulse and Damien Percy and Joe Gold to come off the bench.
Oh my God, mate? That team makes me.
That makes me happy. Actually, where we are now.
That is dry bread, bro. It's finest, no butter at all, man.
Oh, Damien Percy, Joe Cole. If it was Chelsea Joe Cole in his prime, fair enough. But when we got Joe Cole, he was finished, wasn't he? Absolutely finished. Barca owe PK 80 million and he's just taken another pay cut. Well, the thing with PK, he's banging every Barcelona woman, ain't he? So, he's a bit in trouble himself. So he's trying to pay back favours, shall we say?
I think PK might end up with a bit of that club, with a percentage of that club.
Probably. I swear Messi's got a percentage of Barcelona. I swear he has.
I think so, man. I know.
I swear he's got like 2% of Barcelona.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him, man. It's just so mad.
Pepe. Yeah, I think that's what he means. Pep said he joined City. He would keep any player who wants to move on. Jesus, Sterling, Silva. Yeah, it's just a weird one that he's letting Bernardo Silva go because he don't look like he's finished or anything like that. Last season he was amazing.
Pep. He wouldn't do that if he was us. He wouldn't do that because he knows that the chances of getting somebody else in for big money is slim. But because it's Man City, he's got the money to, and he's probably already identified someone.
Well, if it's Verratti, I mean, it's just
you wouldn't put it past the fact that I know that when it was funny when Kane said it when he said that he had a gentleman's agreement with Levy, but to be fair with Pep, he probably did because remember Bernardo and Sterling both spoke about leaving Man City just after we came back from COVID. And I remember watching Sterling talk about it on Beanie Man Sports. So I think he might have said to them, give me another year and we'll assess your options at the end. And then if you want to go, then we'll let you go. But don't just leave me. And then, it worked out for them.
Yeah, exactly. Clive, look, I love you, man. I do. Your comment at the beginning of the show was mad. Did you see it?
No, what did it say?
Hang on. Sorry, Clive, I'm going to have to do this to you, my friend. This was his comment earlier.
Liverpool, Nunes particularly looks very weak. What? He looks weak? What?
That's what I said.
What the hell have you been watching, bro? Nah, Clive, what team does Clive support?
I don't know if he means Diaz, but I'm not sure.
Nah, there's some agenda going. What team do you support, Clive, bro? Is it Everton fan? Sure. That is madness, bro.
I don't mean to call you out.
And Jay, what's happened over the last 24 hours, man? I swear, I'm not mentioning no names in it. I ain't trying to cause problems.
Sorry,
but
Clive.
This fan base respect my manager, bro. I swear, bro. I've never seen in 24 hours so much Klopp slander.
Well,
Klopp's the problem. We might have to get Klopp out.
I could slander Klopp. I can criticise Klopp. I mean, yesterday when I was criticising him, in a way that.
Now yours was fine. I watched it.
You can criticise somebody. Klopp ain't perfect. He's got.
In fact, what you said is, I don't know who's to blame. Is what you.
Yeah. So, yours, but there's people actually online that are saying Klopp's a loser, and he's just like second place, and he needs to go. And I was like, am I reading this shit? Do you know where we were 10 years ago?
Honestly, I've never seen anything like it, man. I was like, at first, I was like, I wonder who they're talking about. And then when they say, I was like, what? Like, mate, I don't know, man. Like, listen, everyone can say what they want. People, trust me, I'm not on about criticism. Criticism is everyone can get criticized. You know what I mean? It doesn't even mean anything as well, because whether we criticize somebody or not, their intentions might be something else. So let's be 100% honest. Most fans are criticizing FSG and Klopp on speculation, and I say that because nobody knows behind the scenes. Like every time someone tells me, "Why haven't we got this? Why haven't we got this midfielder yet?" When blah blah blah, and I'm like, "But you like all made this up in your own head that we're getting this midfielder." Like, like if there was a press conference at some point, and then they ask Klopp, "Do you want any midfield?" and it's like, "Listen, at the moment, I think we're fine with our midfield, but unless this," and he says the person's name becomes available, "I'm not buying anyone." And then that person becomes available and he doesn't buy him, then fair enough. But everyone, remember, like all these speculations of all these different players, and they're like, "Oh, I heard it off a journalist." Okay, but the journalist ain't Klopp, and it ain't Pep Linders, and it ain't FSG. Now, it doesn't mean that the journalist is 100% wrong. Surely there's no smoke without fire and all that. But let's not pretend like at some point in our career we ain't heard Liverpool were going to sign Zlatan and Ronaldo and Messi and Mbappe. So sometimes there is smoke without fire. And I just don't get where I would like when in a criticism I have of Klopp would be decisions when I'm watching him managing the team on the pitch, and decisions on substitutions, timing of substitutions, stuff like that. But when it comes to like business and behind the scenes, I say my views on it, which is usually I don't know what Klopp wants to do, but you can speculate the fact that if he signed a new contract, he's happy. But Klopp being happy doesn't mean that that everything's perfect behind the scenes. It means he's happy. What the fuck? Like, everyone's had jobs in life where, you know, you take the rough with the smooth and they're like, "Listen, we want you to do this, this, and this, but you're going to get this benefit from the job." And yeah, sometimes that's what it is. It's a bit crazy to me, man. I don't understand from what I'm hearing. It might be like some people might want to get some other manager in, to be honest, because
some people do. Some people are bad enough now.
Because people are literally, I don't get it. Like, example, you know, when people talk about favoritism, it's a speculation that it's favoritism. You don't know the reason why he's playing these people. It's more to the point that he trusts the person than it's favoritism.
Maybe he just trusts them, but maybe he just rates them.
Because, Jay, every time, if you think I'm wrong, you please tell me, because I like to learn off people, innit? But it's trust, because every time it seems to me he's got a better player in that position and trust them, they play and they take the spot. I.e., everyone's, his favoritism, Firmino. Okay, that's fine. You kept saying that, and then Jota came in, and all of a sudden he trusts Jota, and then Firmino goes to the bench. So it wasn't favoritism. He just trusts him, and now he's got somebody else he trusts with more talent at this time in that spot. You know what I mean? I'm sure he said that he trusts him. Remember, he had Millionaire in goal. Yeah, trust him. Then he's like, "Nah, forget this guy. I need Karius. Oh, no, Karius, you're trash as well. I'm going to stick up for you in the Champions League final because, you know, it's football and I don't want your life to be ruined off it. But trust me, I can't trust you." Then he gave him one more chance. Nah, we got to buy Alisson. You know what I mean? Skirtle and that, you, man, I go, listen, Van Dijk, we need you in, bro. So I'm just saying, if you want Klopp out, then say it with your chest and keep to it, bro. And, yeah, we'll see, because this is after one game, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. It's mad, ain't it? Big up Code Command with the £5 super chat. Big up to you, my friend. Much appreciated. I don't know why LFC are so confident about Bellingham in 2023. City have sold Silva to Barcelona.
Facts.
And they can afford better wages, etc.
Facts.
No, it's true. It's true.
That's facts. That's what I mean about the speculation. Like, until certain men say that they want Bellingham 100%, and I'm like, yeah, and you know what everyone's forgot about? 100% now. Who has been, and this is, you can check this up on YouTube, who has been Bellingham's best, apart from Bellingham's in real life best friends, who's been Bellingham's best friend in the last 3 years at Dortmund?
It's hard.
Don't worry, I'll wait, because he plays for Man City. So
exactly.
I'm just saying, oh yeah, Bellingham, come over here. You know anyone at Liverpool? Well, you know, spoke to a couple of them in the England cell, but a lot of them were older than me. So, come over here, bro. We can get a flat together. I don't have a missus. You don't have a missus. We can get a flat together, bro. Me, you, Foden. We can have a good time and that. We can go out. Foden's mom can protect us. You know,
that is not a threesome I want to go out with.
Listen, all I'm saying is Foden's mom's got strong calves, bro.
Yeah. She's stronger in field, that's for sure.
She got wobbled and didn't go down. So big up to Foden's mom.
Big up Don Van Dijk as well. Verratti has been there for 10 years. No chance PSG are losing him. I watch League One and follow PSG. There's no sign of him leaving.
Yeah,
I mean, as soon as I saw Bernardo on the bench against West Ham, I did think that's a bit.
Do you think it's Pep would usually do that? I'm just asking because I can't remember. He doesn't usually sign older players, does he? Not saying Verretti's old, but he's older than he was.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think he does. Big up future Mrs. Drifty. Hope you're good. Connor Cody going to Everton on loan is the weirdest transfer I've ever seen. It's because Wolves are going for it at the back and he can't play for it at the back, can he? And it was weird. It's weird. Big up Phil. I think Bernardo Silva was a bit like Salah last year. Came flying out of blocks. KDB had a slow start, but was on fire in the title run. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
That's kind of true. Although Bernardo Silva in the Champions League was on fire, bro.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, Bernardo Silva was still doing it the second half of the season. It's just that De Bruyne picked his levels up a little bit more. If you go consistency for the whole season, you could arguably say Bernardo was the better player.
He was better.
Because he just didn't disappear. He was still doing bits. Yeah. Fans are going over the top. If we had a bad season, then so be it. Our team is fine. We'll do okay. No one will beat City to the league this year, but we'll try. I mean, there's a lot of things online at the moment. There's some things I can understand people's upset and anger. There's some people that are so entitled it is unreal. Like some real entitled Liverpool fans. Now, it's not even just the young ones who might be new to the game. It's like
it's worse, man.
Fans our age and all of that. And so what is going on? Look, you're an older fan. You know what it's been like. Liverpool have no right to win the Premier League. This is what I don't get. Liverpool have no right to win the Premier League.
We have 30 years of evidence to show that.
Yeah. Like, yes, we are Liverpool. Yes, we're a bigger side than Man City. But not, unfortunately, financially. You know, everyone keeps saying we've made our biggest ever, profit in a calendar year and all this sort of stuff. Well, what we earned is, lunch. That's lunch money for the owners at Man City.
Agreed.
What we earned in a calendar year. So it's nothing in comparison. 500 million earnings in a calendar year to what Man City owners could spend in 2 transfer windows is nothing. It's nothing. You look at the Haaland deal and its whole principle, yeah? Say the Haaland deal and its whole principle.
It's big money,
transfer fee, everything. The money to his dad, the sign-on fee, the wages, the contract, the money to his dad, the agent, all that went in the Haaland deal is about 50% of what we earned in a 12-month period.
Yeah. The money to his dad is the most gangster thing I've ever heard.
This is what I'm saying. Like, the Haaland deal alone was 50% of what we earned in a 12-month period. How can we compete with that financially?
What is the money to his dad for? For smashing his mom 20 years ago and making him? I don't understand it, bro. Like, what?
That's just it, ain't it?
That's gangster, bro. You know what? I'm going to take that into my life and that, because when my son signs his first acting contract, I'm putting that clause in my contract.
Put that clause in. Yeah. I'm his agent and his dad. Pay.
Flipping heck, bro. That is gangster. And you got to remember as well, his agent, he died.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he went to the agency, didn't it? Sort of thing. He went to the agency.
I wonder if it's that woman, with Pogba, he's got obviously Raiola. He passed away, but there's 2 of them, and there's him and the woman. They work for the same company, and she was taking care of Pogba since he was young. I wonder if she's involved in that kind of thing. She's cool still, gangster.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, exactly. Midfield's not even top 10 in the Premier League. People said that last season as well. With our midfield, this ain't the first season people spoke about it, by the way.
It's not top 10.
No, they spoke about it last season. They spoke about it the season before. Our Liverpool midfield. Actually, I would say since Jurgen Klopp has been manager of Liverpool, the midfield area is what everyone always talks about.
Always.
As soon as we got Virgil in as well, and Virgil's in, that is then everyone just midfield constantly, because you had Salah, Mane, and Bobby doing their things, and no one had to chat about that. Virgil was in now. He's been there 5 years now, so no one talks about that no more. Alisson's in goal. No one talks about that anymore. So it's always been the midfield since Klopp's been in. And but for some reason, it's won every trophy you can win in club
That's what I was
football.
about to say. I would ask that.
It's a mad. It's either our midfield is totally shit, and
I told you,
or
man.
Jurgen Klopp is just the greatest coach on earth. Everyone talks about, Pep Guardiola is the greatest coach probably of his generation or even of all time. People talk about. But if our midfield is really that dead, really that shit, and we've won everything we can win with Jurgen Klopp, then he's a better coach than Pep Guardiola. Then surely, if that's the case.
I think that our midfield not being top 10 in the Premier League is kind of insulting to our midfield, to be fair. Like there comes a time when it's like criticism and it's taking the piss. Honestly, we won 2 trophies last season, 1 point away from the league, nearly won the Champions League. And I'm not doing if, buts, or maybes. We didn't win it. But if you're talking about individual talent and you just don't like the way certain players play, that's completely different. But as a collective, there's no way we're not in the top 10. That's ridiculous. I'd argue maybe Chelsea. That's about it. That's about it, bro. Where else? Who else got better midfield than us? The way they play? Arsenal. Everton. Wolves. So Man U. With flipping Iron Man and McFred. Get out of here, man. This is ridiculous, bro.
No, it's mad. I don't know what to say at times. I welcome people's views. I welcome people's views. And everyone's entitled.
Oh, when I say get out of here, I'm not talking about him get out of here. I'm talking about
I know what you mean. Yeah. But everyone's view. Look, they're entitled to it. If that's how people want to think, I don't. People's opinions. They can say. People can talk how they like and stuff like that. But I like context behind stuff. Like I don't like things just being said without context, because I can say anything without context. Everyone can. You know what I mean? But give me context behind it. Let me know why you're saying these things and what's the meaning behind it. Because if there's no meaning behind it and no context behind it, then you're just putting words on the screen, ain't you? You know what I mean? That's how I feel with social media at times with this fan base. The stuff I saw on Twitter on Klopp saying that he's not the manager everyone thinks he is. This is Liverpool fans, not the manager he thinks he is. I saw massive arguments. There was a space, weren't there? Klopp out, space. Yeah, there was a Klopp out.
Yeah,
they're
lucky they didn't get me in there, bro. Because honestly, they're joking.
And big up. I think her name's Rebecca on Twitter as well. Big Liverpool fan. I think she's from Leeds, but yeah, she was calling out so many people. Yes, last night and this morning, it was hilarious. And she was just getting arguments with everyone because she's like, "This is ridiculous. Why? It's one game. It's one game. Like 6 times. Yeah, Klopp does deserve some of the blame. There's no doubt about it. Of course he does. We're all in it together at the end of the day."
The worst thing about stuff like that is when people say Klopp deserves some of the blame, he's been getting some of the blame.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. But it's not to the point of get him out, because that's flipping.
You can blame him. You can criticise him.
Of course.
But you still don't want to let him go. Gee, who do you want to replace Klopp?
Literally, when he signed his new contract, I said straight away, okay. In fact, he was on your stream, and we both said like, they're in it together, isn't it? You know what I mean? But that's just normal.
They're a great.
But like stuff like Klopp should stand up. I think PK goes on and said Klopp stand up to the owners. Has anyone had a job? Well, like stand up to your owner, and you stand up to your owner if he says something flipping sexist or racist to you or something like that. Just stand up to him because he didn't spend money on the company. Well, that's not how stuff work.
If you don't like your manager not spending enough money on the company, you leave that job. It's simple as that.
You lot should have been asking Klopp. You're asking all this business about stand up to him. The stand up to him comes before the new contract gets signed. Once that contract's signed, you might as well forget all this stand up to him business. Yeah, because saying he's a yes man is in that 95% of people who have a job.
Yeah, if your boss tells you something to do, you're going to say yes.
The only people who are able to say no to certain things are people who are in partnership with people. Like if two people own something or have a percentage in a company, I can say, nah, I'm not feeling that. Yeah, but at the end of the day, Klopp can stand up to them and they can say, but you know what, it's our money, so carry on talking, bro. But you ain't gonna get anywhere.
No, exactly.
And I think people just need to remember that the actual problem is, and Jamie said it loads of times, and we spoke about Klopp as a man. All it is that some Liverpool fans they've got to the point now where it's like, I want to be entitled, I should be winning this. They're fed up of finishing 1 point behind City. I understand. I'm fed up of it as well. But there's
do.
context to every season. Every season's not the same. Yeah, it's not the same thing what happens every season. And all I'm saying is, what everyone's actually got a problem with without realizing is you've got a problem with the man Klopp. You keep acting like it's this thing. Just say it. Because the way, all the stuff that everyone he's mentioning, favoritism and all this and loyalty, that's Klopp as a man. That's nothing to do with him being as a manager.
No,
that's all of that stuff. That's him as a man. So when I mentioned before about him being an idealist in terms of life, there's nothing wrong with being an idealist. It's like saying everyone don't want their partner to cheat on them. And then someone goes, come on, be realistic. Your partner might cheat on you. I'm like, no, I just don't want my partner. And I'm not going to cheat my partner. What's wrong with it? This is being idealistic, because that's what's happened now. Being idealistic and is turned into you're not being realistic anymore. So that means if Klopp sees people on the training ground and he sees talent in them, he's not allowed to think out to himself, you know what, Pep Linders, come here. What do you think about him? I think if we can brush him up a little bit, he can do this. He's not allowed to do that anymore because everyone wants money spent on somebody else.
Yeah.
And then that person goes to the wayside and then they go to a different club and then they start playing better.
Yeah,
so
it's mad. We live in a world, we live in a Premier League now where you have to get over 90 points to win it. It's mad. You live in a Premier League now that you have to literally get over 90 points to win it. And the fact that we get in 90 points is amazing on its own. You know, if we finish on 90 points this season, we've not won the league. That ain't the fault of the club. That is just the amazing team we got in front of us. So it's not like, I've always said it as well. So if we go and buy, say we had a midfield of, we go and buy Matheus Nunes this season, right? This summer, right now, for now. We go and buy Matheus Nunes, which a lot of people are chatting about at the moment. And we have him in. And then next season, we do a deal, we get Jude Bellingham in, right? And then so next season, we've got a midfield of Thiago, Hendo, Fabinho, Nunes, Bellingham, Keita, if he signs a new contract. That's a quality midfield. If we don't win the league, what next? What next? Because everyone keeps telling me we need one or two midfielders to compete with City's midfield. That's what I've been told. We need two midfielders to compete with City's midfield, and we're right up there. City's midfield is elite at the highest end. It's probably the best midfield in Europe.
Yeah.
So if we only need two midfielders to compete with that midfield, what we're saying is some of the midfielders we got ain't actually that bad.
Yes, 100%, bro.
Because if they were as bad as everyone's saying,
you clear them all out, wouldn't you, and get 5?
You clear them all out, and you need 4 or 5.
To
compete with City's midfield.
I agree.
So when people make that argument, but still say our midfield's dead, well, it's not really, is it? If we only need 1 or 2 to compete with City's midfield, because their midfield is super elite. So that's what I don't. You know, you got to. So that's your subconscious. So you know when people say things just to say it look like they can be on the same wagon as everyone else, sort of thing. But when you say something, you know, your subconscious is kind of like, yeah, we only need 2 midfielders to compete. But you're telling me our midfield's dead. So that means the ones behind us ain't actually that bad.
Thing is, it's a team game, and I'm done with Liverpool fans constantly telling us that everyone's world class in every position, but all of a sudden now they're not world class. And the fact that it's a team game means that you don't have to have individually all the best players, because most teams don't. Like, most teams don't have a full world class midfield, and you can go through them and check yourself. Like, you know what I mean? You can say, remember, world class is a bit overrated now. So people just throw people in there. But
1 second,
yeah,
Clive's back.
How can you bottle a quadruple?
Clive, my man, Clive. Everton both need to walk. They bottled the quadruple and they overpaid for. Is that Gabby Salah?
Yeah, Salah. First of all, FSG can't bottle anything. They're the owners. They don't have anything to do with
overpaid for salary. So. Anything we underpaid.
Underpaid.
Yeah. Like if you ask Roma right now, they're pissed off. We got him for only 30-odd million.
Yeah.
Like, I think they said it a couple of years back, didn't they? Oh, what? We should have got like 80 million for Salah. That is Clive. All respect to you, my friend, with your comment, but that might be a bit far-fetched. So, did City bottle a quadruple? Did Man United in 1999 bottle a quadruple? Because these are amazing teams I'm talking about.
Jamie, I think every team, considering no one's done it, means everyone's bottled it every year.
There was no. it was just. I've said it on this channel. The quadruple's impossible. I've seen 3 amazing teams go for it and not be able to achieve it. The '99 Man United team, no matter what anyone says, it was a great side. Couldn't do it. The United that City team a few years back couldn't do it, and Liverpool last season couldn't do it.
You
and
know what it is?
It's amazing sides.
It's because you need. Like, obviously, technically it's possible, and we have been really close to it. That's as close as I think you can get to it, to be honest. But, well, actually, it's not, because somebody's won the treble before and all that business. What I mean is played every game and all that. But you need everything to align to even be able to do that. So you have to be lucky with injuries, with no one getting injured, and you have to be lucky with your players being on form. You have to be lucky with your goalkeeper being incredible. And to be fair, that's what we did, and we didn't get as many injuries as we would have before last season. Alisson played the best football he's ever played. The centre-backs were on smoke. And luckily for us, and I say luckily because they had a split season each, if Mane and Salah had like damn near 50% of the season each, or 60-40, where they were on top of stuff, you know, if it wasn't 50% and they were both on it the whole time, one would have won it, innit? This is simple. But I'm never going to get mad at the team for not winning a quadruple. That's craziness, bro. That's when there's no way I'll go from my whole life not seeing us win a league to being pissed at not winning a quadruple.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Same here. It's like Aaron says, I'm sick of hearing about Bellingham, to be honest. Same here.
Don't blame him.
Do you know what really bugs me about the Bellingham thing? I think a lot of fans, I can understand it, you're getting excited about it because it's Jude Bellingham. You know, but why are we entitled to buy him and no one else? Well, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, if the club has literally gone to come out and said, like, Jude Bellingham's our guy, he's the only one we want, fair enough.
Exactly.
If this is just chatter that's been on social media for a long time now, and the chatter gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and people pile on, I think people get ahead of themselves and thinking, yeah, this is the player. Now, he's a quality footballer, no doubt, but we don't have any entitlement to just go and buy him. There is other clubs in the world. I mean, I said it already. We can't compete with City financially, as I said. They spent as much on Haaland as we made in the 12 months, which were record profits. So they can just go and, right, Joe, do you want to come to City? Go. I think we can match transfer value. I don't think transfer value is a problem. I just really
think wages, isn't it?
It's wages. Wages. So if you're a £100 million player, you're going to be on between 250 and 300 grand minimum. So that's the problem.
Put it this way, man. If the wage what was offered was like 10 grand between, he'd choose Liverpool because he's that kind of kid. Yeah, he's a footballing kid.
Well, he's already come out and said that about money.
He's a proper footballing kid. He's always been like that. But you're 100% right, bro. Like I think social media's messed everyone up, to be honest, because like I come to you all the time. Every time somebody mentions a player, I'm like, oh, where did this come from? Who said this? Because I just watched the conference and I didn't hear Klopp. And then somebody tells me some Twitter page said it, and I'm like, okay, well, look what Liverpool fans have done to themselves. Tuchel, while everyone was talking about Tuchel, nobody was talking about Barella, Bellingham, Maddison, and like anyone. As soon as Tuchel is going to Real Madrid, all of a sudden we're getting Barella. What? Where did that come from? Why wasn't you talking about that when? And then all of a sudden the killer is Mateus Nunes. Who was watching this guy? Who is he? You seen some YouTube highlights?
I literally never heard of his name until it popped up in the summer.
YouTube highlights are definitely going to make man look like he's the top dog, isn't it? And then you got these Liverpool fans who've gone, I've gone back and then I've watched 10 sporting games. Stop lying. You didn't. You didn't go back and watch these games.
Where do you find them?
You can't, bro. Oh yeah, I watched all these sporting games. Get out of here, man. Stop the foolishness.
I think Wales is, because Pep Guardiola come out and said he's going to be one of the best midfielders in the world, didn't he? And so everyone's like, right, Pep.
He's probably trolling. Do you remember when they played against flipping? Who was it? Bristol Rovers in the FA Cup. He said that they were the best. He said they were the best English side they played against.
Yeah.
When Man U had old Paul Scholes, they said, I hope that he doesn't play Paul Scholes because we're in. No, you're trolling. You wanted him to play old Paul Scholes when he was a Barcelona manager, and then they tore him up.
Yeah, exactly.
Pep is the master of mind games, more than you can believe.
Now, I think this actually might be more the case than
Probably if
anyone
he's
else that
mentioned
City
it.
will go for,
Yeah.
because Pep does really like him apparently, and that wouldn't shock me. That might be a shout if they are getting rid of Bernardo Silva. He might be the one because there is news about. So
Yeah.
Mateus Nunes has spoken.
Mm.
So he's spoken on everything so far. So apparently Mateus Nunes has rejected moves to all Premier League clubs as he waits for Liverpool. That is apparently what is being said in Portugal right now.
I think if he said that, then he's coming to Liverpool, because there's no way Liverpool's going to see that message from him and go, okay, we've got midfielder problems. He wants to come to us. He's not expensive. So he either didn't say it or he's coming to Liverpool.
Yeah, it's up everywhere. I think that's why it's trending on. That's why it's trending online as well. Because he's at the right price range, he's at the right age, and he's at the right wage bracket as well. It just suits Liverpool down to a T.
Helps their little rebuild they got going on as well. Everyone hasn't noticed that, and it's rebuilding their team.
Yeah, exactly.
I think people might need to give Pep a bit more. A bit more praise if this is the fact that, because every time he buys a midfielder, I know Liverpool fans are in a hissy now about midfielders and stuff, but Pep's not buying. Like there's no midfielders that Pep's brought that before they've come, I've heard anyone say they were world class. None of them.
No, he's
good players, but not world class. And usually they come from a team like a Juve or someone like that, where you would think, if Juve's not using them, like Cancelo, no one said he was world class. Rodri, no one said he was world class. So I'm just Jack Grealish. I mean, yeah, you know what's going on there, but it's very rare that.
That's brilliant. Working class. Oh, that should be. We should have that. We should have very good working class, world class. Should be that's how I'm going to do my players.
Working class is hilarious. Working. I think you should. You coin that and put it on a shirt, man.
Yeah, working class. But yeah, I think fans are worried about having some of the best players in the world, Van Dijk and Trent, and not winning enough in a short time with them. Says go. Yeah, I can understand that. I can totally understand that. My favourite thing online is at the moment is that the club are ruining Klopp's legacy by not giving him the players he needs. This is my favourite thing online. His legacy.
The one person who don't care about legacy is Klopp.
Is Jurgen Klopp, yeah.
It's
like the one person who don't care about legacy. It is literally the one person.
I literally watched the woman in the interview ask Klopp at the end of the interview, how do you want to remember it? He's like, I don't. He said, in fact, I want to go. He said, I want to go away
peacefully. I want to go away peacefully.
I want to be able to go out and no one recognize me anymore.
He
doesn't care about stuff
like legacy. So when people talk about legacy and stuff like that, Klopp don't really care. And at the end of the day, if he looks back at his career when he retires, he's done pretty well. Let's face it. Getting your boyhood club Mainz and becoming their manager and getting promoted for the first time in their history is a huge achievement.
On 1 day's notice, by the way. You got the job on 1 day's notice.
Exactly. And kept him in the league for 2 seasons. And then obviously got relegated because they got no resources. Right? Amazing, amazing achievement. Then goes to Borussia Dortmund. I think everyone forgets the crap Borussia Dortmund were in. They were gone. I think they were 12th in the league. They had aging squad, aging players, and things were real bad times there for Borussia Dortmund. Came in, arguably, with them and Bayern Munich that season when they met in the Champions League Champions League final, they were probably the best 2 teams in Europe at that time.
Yeah.
You could arguably say that.
You're right, bro.
Won 2 back-to-back titles with them. At the same time, losing his best player every year.
How much did they buy Lewandowski for again? Cheaper.
2.5 million. 2.5 million from a Polish side that no one's ever heard of. That's why I'll give Klopp the benefit of doubt when he does transfer business. Because can you imagine if Liverpool bought a Lewandowski that no one ever heard of from a Polish side for 2.5 million? I mean, social media back then would have gone, what the fuck? Why are we buying him? Who's he?
Well, he got Robbo, didn't he?
He hasn't got no FIFA stats. Why have we got him? He's not got a FIFA card.
Klopp's already reached his when you talk about legacy, first of all, he doesn't care. But if you're asking, he's already exceeded his expectations by winning the German league. So everything after that, you see how, bro, that's why I tell him. That's why he's always praising the staff so much, because in his head, he's not that amazing. He's like, I can't do this without my staff.
No, and he doesn't rate himself, which is
he doesn't, bro. And he always says I'm okay, and all the stuff that like people loved about Klopp only like a year ago and beyond that was about his man management skills, the pundits, the fans, everything. And now everyone's telling me his man management skills are trash because he keeps playing Milner and stuff like that.
He probably has the best man management skills in the Premier League.
Yeah, and he would have, because he said that he wasn't a good footballer and he got the manager's job on a day's notice. And ever since then, he ain't been able to like learn how to be. He's had to learn on the job ever since. He's never stopped. So
he never went coaching school or anything like that.
Nah.
Or went from the youth setup like Pep did and learned his craft and learned how to do things like that.
That's why he makes sure his number 2 is always tactically.
And Pep's, you think about Pep's career at Barcelona, he's around some of the best minds as well. Plus, he was a fantastic footballer.
Fantastic player, the best minds, the best.
But he had the best minds around him as well. He had Johan Cruyff still around him, helping him out.
Best, bro.
And stuff like that. Yeah. Klopp just went in playing one week, manager the next at Mainz in Germany.
Yeah.
Do you know how small Mainz is? It's a place in Germany. It's like
it's tiny, bro.
It's like smaller than Croydon, for goodness sake.
And within Mainz, he's from some tiny ass village.
Yeah.
It's what you said, bro. The man Klopp, the one I always hear from people is, I want Klopp to be ruthless and I want him to be a serial winner and I want him to want to just think about Liverpool winning all the time and stuff like that. But I'm like, I understand, but at the same time, you can't change that about a man. It's this is the equivalent to, just example, me and you, innit? You be Pep and I'll be Klopp. We'll both do YouTube and you're like obsessed. I need to get 1 million subscribers. This is what I want to get, 1 million subscribers, and I want to earn 10 grand a month constantly in it.
Yeah.
And equally, people enjoy my channel, but all I care about is like, I just want to get to like, I want 100,000 just because I want a play button, and I want to make decent money to take care of my family, but I don't need 10 grand a month. And everyone's like, "Yo, Nathan, Savage, are you excited to get to like 150,000?" I'm like, nah. I don't even care about being 100,000. I just wanted the button, but I just want to look after my family. And then you're in the background like, and everyone still enjoyed your channel. Then you're amazing at it. When everyone's like, "Yeah, Jay, you can't." It's like, "Well, I'm going for 2 million now because I can't wait." And all I think about is YouTube. And after I come off this, I'm gonna go plan tomorrow's YouTube videos. Meanwhile, Savage is down walking his dog, doesn't give a damn.
And
if anyone came to me and said, "You're a piece of shit because you don't want to get to the next level," no, I just don't want to, bro. Like, I don't care. You just don't care. And if everyone's got a problem with that with Klopp, you're allowed to have that problem, but then it is for you. Really, is Klopp is out because he's always been like Klopp's doing nothing now. Yeah, he's doing nothing now as a Liverpool manager that hasn't been doing since he came through the door, since what he was doing at Dortmund and Mainz. So I'm not saying in a bad way that you want Klopp out, but you do want Klopp out because you don't like him as human anymore, and he doesn't fit your aspirations as a Liverpool fan. Klopp doesn't fit it, so you might need to go get somebody else. And I don't know who else is there, but the grass ain't always greener, is all I'm saying. So it'd be exciting to see what happens. And
it's like nearly to the title is not a prize. You either win or you're not.
Facts. No one's celebrating being second place.
No one's celebrating second, but
I only celebrated the League Cup and the FA Cup. Everything else I didn't celebrate. So
you can't. Yeah, exactly. But the problem is we've got this Man City team in front of us. Yeah, I think. Look, this Man City team is ridiculous. You've got Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest football minds ever, as their manager.
He's incredible.
Yeah, and he's backed by more financial muscle than anyone else, and he can do what he wants. He bought Jack Grealish for 100 million, and he's not working. Does it really matter to Man City? They're losing Bernardo Silva. He's letting Bernardo Silva go.
No, Pac-Man got me with that flipping out, man.
Doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm not even responding, but that is funny though, Pac-Man. Big up. You got me with that one still.
It's not green, it's drier. So yeah, like Pep, and look, I don't like the argument that Pep's a checkbook manager. He's not. That argument's a bit silly. Only because he's got the money and he can afford to buy players. But look, Pep's system, the way Pep plays, you do need a certain type of player. There's no doubt about that. That's why I always said Pep wouldn't be able to do the job Klopp's doing at Liverpool because his style and system wouldn't be able to do that. And that's why I think City and Pep are perfect for each other, and Liverpool and Klopp are perfect for each other. And
I think Pep could only do a Klopp job if he was managing 15 years ago, where he had more time, because he wouldn't get the time to try and do that now. But that's the thing, man. Like, I rate City as a football team. Don't really care about them as a club, because why would I? Don't care about any other club, to be honest. And Pep Guardiola is for me, like, tactical wise, and that, like, for me, it used to be my favorite manager tactical wise used to be Mourinho, innit?
Yeah.
But he felt like he wasn't moving with the time. But I don't know if that was even true. I just know it might just be that as a man manager, he needs certain type of players as well. He needs, like, run through a brick wall and do some dirty shit on the side for you kind of manager. But Pep's like different level, and yeah, that's why when Klopp says that Pep's the best in the world, you can see on his face he ain't lying. He doesn't. He's not like trying to play mind games and that. No, he believes it. He really believes it, bro.
He's telling the truth.
And I think Pep knows he's the best, which is why when Klopp does get, like, he gets one up on him every now and again, Pep can't understand why. He can't understand. Pep looks.
He's his kryptonite. He can't stand.
Yeah, because he looks at our squad, and he looks at their squad, and then he looks at, like, the way we play football, and to Pep, the way we play is the most simple way of playing football, and it's like, well, they just keep using the wing backs. How come we can't stop them?
Yeah,
you stop us most of the time, but every now and again, you know what I mean? Exactly, so it's one of them ones, bro.
PK Ghost Hunters, Klopp should stand up to the owners and quit being a yes man. I don't want to keep falling short of City. I want the title.
These yes man things are myth, man.
I just don't look. Conte, everyone tells me Conte's a tremendous manager, yeah. He fell out of Roman Abramovich, who has unlimited money. He has unlimited money and wouldn't give him apparently enough. Yeah. I mean, and he fell out of him and was only there 2 years. I mean,
Jamie, the question is when was the last time
he's built a destiny at Liverpool? It's just,
bro. When was the last time that you heard which manager stood up to their owner and installed their manager?
None. And there's not a manager.
Because Mourinho did it at Chelsea, gone. Conte did it at Chelsea, gone.
Mourinho did it at Man United as well.
Poch wanted more at Tottenham, gone. Mourinho at United, gone. Like, owners have their ways in it, and whatever they've got their mindset on, they're like, okay,
Poch must be.
That's what you want, but we've already said what we're doing, so I'm off.
Yeah, Poch must be looking at it now, thinking, "Fuck me, why did Conte get all that money?" He must be like,
yeah, exactly.
But this is the thing as well. This came on Twitter yesterday because when I finished with Stubbsy last night on his show,
yeah,
I noticed on Twitter that Tottenham have bought, I think, a French left back or something for 20 million.
Yeah,
and above it, someone's tweeted it, like quote tweeted it, and said, "This is what you get when your manager wants to win titles." Right, Liverpool fan, and I'm thinking, right, so Tottenham ain't going to win the title, so stop being that. Conte will fall out with Spurs next season and leave, so that's going to happen. Because Conte, I want this kind of spending every year, and that ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
So if Conte has bought all this and Tottenham don't win the league, they failed. I hope everyone says that at the end of the season. Everyone comes at Conte at the end of the season and tells him he's a failure, because all I've been hearing is that Tottenham go win the league, Tottenham go do this, Tottenham go win the double, the treble, all this nonsense, yeah? And so if Tottenham don't win fuck all this season and just get third, I want everyone to have a go at Conte and want him out, because that's obviously what we're doing now. And with Klopp, we built this squad. Tottenham are building their squad. They've won nothing. Conte's in as a world-class manager, and they're building a squad to try and compete with Liverpool, Man City.
Facts.
Klopp came in at Liverpool. Does everyone forget where we were? Does everyone forget where we were? We were nowhere. We had Mignolet in goal, Sacco and Skirtle at the back. We had Brini up front with Lambert and Balotelli. You know, we had shocking midfielders. You know, you had Lucas. I mean, he's a bit of a club hero, but you know what I mean. You know, Emre Can, Lucas as your midfield. You had Lallana, who I like, but come on, he's just not. And you know, and then it's just like,
I don't even know if that team's better than like Brighton or anyone. To be
no,
fair,
and look at the team we built now. Look at the team we built now. Look what he had to do, and Klopp does it in a different way. Liverpool do it in a different way. You know, we're competing with teams that are owned by. Does everyone want to go down the Barcelona route? Does literally everyone want to go down the Barcelona route and give players money they can't afford? Is that what we need to do? Are we just going to go? Would you rather be run the Liverpool way by FSG or the way Barcelona are run? Literally. I'd rather be run the way FSG are running us.
Yeah.
Barcelona should be liquidated. Let's face it. If they weren't
madness, bro.
if they weren't Barcelona, if their name weren't Barcelona and they were Espanyol, they'd be gone. I'm telling you right now. UEFA, FIFA, the Spanish FA, none of them would have it. They'd be gone. Right? They'd have to sell all their assets.
Yeah, agreed.
Right? Because they're Barcelona and they're Barcelona, UEFA ain't going to touch them because they're Barcelona.
Yeah.
The Spanish League can't touch them because they're Barcelona. Barcelona and Real Madrid are the only two teams that make money in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
So eyes only what when we had Spanish football on Sky Sports, did anyone sit there and watch Getafe versus Real Sociedad on a Saturday afternoon? No, you didn't. You watched a Real Madrid or a Barcelona game. Let's face it. That's what they're. So they will be liquidated. They won't be here no more. They're breaking the law. They're breaking the law right now as it is. We all know they are. I mean, you see that article the other day. They paid their own fine, then got the money back for their own money or something. It's just mad. It's just mad. It's all illegal.
Yeah, because when people are talking about the TV money with Barcelona, it wasn't the actual TV money. It was like they were betting against it in the future. It was like in the future when we get paid this TV money, you can have it. I'm like, what? It's not even yours.
You don't own it. You can't do something you don't own. It's mad. It's mad. And if you do that, if I was the rest of the Spanish teams, I'd be like, well, we'll have that percentage. Put it round down the rest of the league now.
Them other Spanish teams just know their place, don't they?
In the Spanish league, Barcelona and Real Madrid get 70% of the TV money, and everyone shares the rest. That's madness.
And then they got Real Madrid A and Barcelona. No, Real Madrid B and Barcelona
and
B.
They're never allowed to be promoted. And Real Madrid and Barcelona. And Real Madrid and Barcelona are never allowed to be relegated. It's a madness.
Flip sake, man. It's so weird.
And they have the reason Barcelona are in so much trouble right now financially is because they try to keep up with Real Madrid. It's the only reason. Yeah. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep up with Man City. And Barcelona try to keep up with Real Madrid. So, yes, when Pep was there, he did wonders with Barcelona. It was all the academy and all that. They had an amazing team. Yeah. Absolutely amazing team. But, them players weren't on shit wages. They were on the highest of highs. And then when Pep left, Real Madrid started to win Champions League. I think they won like 5 in 8 years or something ridiculous like that, didn't they? Bro. So when everyone looks at it, everyone really looks at Real Madrid still and not Barcelona because of the Champions League success. Even though Barcelona have won more league titles in that time than Real Madrid, but everyone just looks at Real Madrid because of their Champions League success. So Barcelona try and keep up with them, and they can't because Madrid are backed by everyone, ain't they? King of Spain and all that shit. So, and Barcelona have ripped themselves. They're paying people money. So Frankie De Jong should not be on 425 grand.
Madness.
That's just that is not. So I asked everyone out there, everyone in live chat and all that, would you rather be run like Barcelona are, or would you rather be run like Liverpool are right now? We're competing with City. Let's not pretend we ain't. We are competing with City because the point gap is very minimal. It's like 1 point, 2 point here and there. That is competing. And we haven't got the financial muscle to compete with Man City. Do you know why we're competing? Because Jurgen Klopp's our manager. That is why.
Yeah.
That is why we're competing.
I like to ask people, I don't know who's better out there than Klopp if you want a new manager and if they can come in and do the same thing as him. And if you can, then whatever. But just remember that the owners are still FSG either way. So whether they've got money or not, they're not going to give you a lot of it. So that person going to have to come in. They'll have a better start than Klopp probably because they're going to come into a already bad boy team.
There you go.
But
then we should set you free.
I'll want to fight people in them spaces, bro. Because whoever runs them spaces, the host and that, they end up being rude and that and muting your mic, and it'll piss me off, bro.
Yeah.
I can't have that. I can't have that. Like I start talking and then somebody just presses mute on my mic, bro. I'll kick my bro. I'll smash my phone up, bro.
Oh, no. I love that on Spaces when they don't want the person to talk and I just look.
It's horrible, bro.
That's it's not how conversations go, though, ain't it? Only because you don't like hearing what that person says because it doesn't fit your agenda. You can't just go, right, we'll mute you for life. That's done. It's just stupid.
Yeah,
I don't
run
think
their mouth. People think that I don't know what it is on them Spaces and that, bro. Like people say some wild stuff, bro. Like it's kind of
social media.
That's where that geezer from Sharky Does Sport was running his mouth about Hillsborough, and I was like, bro, I don't understand how you're just doing that willy nilly. Like it's nothing, bro. With loads of people there, but all right.
Well, it's like what happened in the Champions League final, and everyone straight away blamed Liverpool fans, and we all know it was the French police and authorities. It's just. Social media is mad. It's a horrible place to play. I know Klopp has a voice. I see all your points. Just we need to stop City, otherwise the league is going to become a farmers' league. With City winning it every year. I agree, but it ain't just down to us either. At the same time,
about to say the other team.
It's not just down to us. Like I keep saying this to everybody every year. So last year, we were all told Chelsea are going to be the ones to compete with Man City. Chelsea going to be the ones to compete with Man City. Liverpool going to be fighting for fourth place. Liverpool finished 19 points in front of Chelsea last season. By the way, when the season before, when we had our worst injury thing I've ever seen a team have, probably apart from Leicester in one domestic season, we still finished above Chelsea, by the way. Yeah. So this dead team, these dead players, this yes man as a manager, is the only one who competes. So everyone else needs to, and what everyone needs to stop doing as well is laying down for City. It does mind nothing. Yeah. The only ones that give it a go, Tottenham give it a go, Southampton give it a go, and you see what happens. Because I don't actually think Man City are that good defensively. It's just that no one has their bottle to go from and test them out.
Yeah.
And when you do test them out, you actually get some success against Man City when you actually have a go. Because I look at it and I'm thinking, right, if you're going into that game knowing Man City's going to win, why are you all just sitting back? Just have a go.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you turn up thinking they're going to get 3 points anyway, you might as well just go for it.
Just go have a go because you never know what happens. It's football. Football's a weird sport. It's one of the only sports you can't guarantee someone's going to win.
Yeah.
You know, rugby, American football, you can usually guarantee you know, but in football, who would have thought Fulham would drew 2 or Liverpool? You know what I mean? It's just.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm not going over the top over the Fulham thing. I'm more pissed about the actual performance than the fact it's Fulham. Because when people keep going, we lost to a team that came up. I mean, you've not been watching Liverpool forever and everyone else. I've seen loads of it happens, bro. It happens. So
yeah,
I swear I seen Man City lose to Norwich and then win the league.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, City. Yeah, they literally lost to Norwich when we. That was the year we won the Champions League, weren't it? And they won the league. Yeah, they lost to Norwich like in a quality game of football. And Norwich
and no one was winning. I didn't watch Norwich win and then think Norwich are way better than Man City. And Man City's going to get relegated, flipping and get rid of Pep.
Norwich just decided to have a go.
Every now and again, sometimes even if you run your best day, you might lose every now and again. But every now and again, there will be where you're off pace and the other team punishes you. And luckily for our punishment was a draw and not a loss, isn't it? Because we've had games where we've been way better than that. We were way better than that against Leicester last season and lost 1-0. We were all over them. And we weren't the best against West Ham, but we were better than how we played against Fulham. And we lost that 1-0 as well. So I see everyone's problems. Don't get me wrong. We need to minimize draws and all that business. But it is the first game of the season. And everyone keeps telling me no season's the same until I mention Liverpool playing. And then they're like, well, we did it last season. So.
Well, it's like answers at the bottom. I remember us losing to Blackpool home and away in one season. Do you want to go back to that, guys? I mean, look, yes, look, only one team can win the Premier League. Only one team can win the Champions League, right? We have no entitlement to win either of them. No. I don't get where we compete and we try our best and we get second place. Do I celebrate second place? No. But do I celebrate the way we competed? Yeah. But I don't celebrate where we finished.
We were lucky to even get the moments last season because we were flipping however many points behind. It looked like it was going to be done way
by
before
Christmas.
It was.
Everyone thought, Christmas at least done, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we took it literally. Look, if it weren't for Raheem Sterling on the final day of the season, we've won that game. We've won the league. And then they go and sell someone like Raheem. It's just, It's just City have never come back from 2-0 down in the Pep era. Since Pep has been Man City owner and manager, in the Premier League, they've never come down from behind to win a game when they were 2-0 down. In the final game of last season, they were 2-0 down. And it's the only game they've ever come back and won that game in under Pep. Things have just meant to happen. You know, it's we did our job. We did what we did. We won our game. And then it's just, you know.
Yeah, for me, like when them kind of seasons are finished, and we've analysed it loads on loads of different shows since the season's finished. And like obviously when them things happen, that's what it's there for, and it's for us to look back and go, oh, we could have won here and we could have won there, which is true. But at the same time, I'd be more mad looking back if we finished on like 74 points and City finished ahead and was like, we lost this game. But when we get to like 90 plus and stuff like that, push them all the way and lose by 1 point, as much as I'm disappointed, I can't be mad, bro, because I'm trying to keep up with the best team and we're not far off. And I do not, people need to stop. I do not celebrate second place ever. Ever, bro. Even when we finished on flipping 90, whatever, 7 points.
I celebrate the commitment and the effort and what they did for the club.
Yeah, exactly.
Season. But I don't actually go, second place. Yeah, I'm going to get.
Yeah, because remember, everyone was telling me not to flipping go and celebrate even when we won trophies on the parade. Like, don't go. It's embarrassing. I'm like, what?
Is it? It's silverware.
It's embarrassing. Tell the over 750,000 people that were there was embarrassing as well because we had a good time, bro.
Can you imagine? We live in a world now that silverware can't be. Oh, it's like
no, but that Jay, that honestly, that's not just football. That is the world now. If you've got like if you go and buy yourself a decent car, it ain't a sports car. Don't bother posting on Instagram because no one gives a shit.
Yeah. You go and buy your first
you
car,
might be proud of it, but everyone else is going to be like,
you bought really nice, like full focus, but it's not the R series. But it's not the R series full focus, so you can't put. That's
exactly what it is.
You know what I mean? That's the it's like fuck off. It's my car. Fuck you. Geek to the back, big up to you. Supporters need to think about where we were before Klopp and where United are. Yeah. Bringing one midfielder to cover the injuries. Yeah, big up to you. I agree with that. Look,
that's a good
Manchester United. Everyone goes on about FSG need to spend the money, yeah? I'll ask everyone right now in the chat, we got a better squad than Man United.
Yeah, it's not even a debate.
It's not even close, is it?
No.
How much who spent the most money in the last 5 years?
Them.
Out of every club in the Premier League.
Yeah, them.
Man United. It's what I keep saying. It's not what you spend and how much you spend. It's how wisely you spend it. City, apart from Jack Grealish, they don't really go. They don't spend PSG money, do they? And they can. Look, they didn't buy Cucurella. Man City could easily have paid 65 million for Cucurella. Easy. But they didn't. They walked away because they don't think that was his value. They walked away because they don't think that was his value. Now, if that was FSG and Liverpool, could you imagine the eruption online? So when FSG and Jurgen Klopp decide on values on players, and if their value is too high, they walk away. Liverpool fans criticise our owners and the manager, yeah? Man City do exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. They didn't go for Cucurella. They need a left back still. Desperate for one. But they walked away from Cucurella. They could have easily paid 65 million, but he didn't match their value. They only wanted to pay 50. So, I mean, everyone has a value, guys. It don't matter how rich you are. It really don't. But we do need midfielders.
I'm just never going to forget where we was as the Liverpool. I can't forget it because there were some dark times in that. So, fans can think how they want, and that's the whole fun of being a football fan or supporter. But for me, like, I can't forget them dark Roy Hodgson days, bro. You know, that.
No, exactly. So, I got this off the Anfield Talk website, so big up to them.
Cool.
This is our midfield right now. So, one's greyed out our injury, so obviously...
Well, they've got Thiago twice, bro. They've got
Thiago twice, ain't they? I'll see what they've done. They put defensive midfield, right midfield, attacking midfield, centre midfield. So, obviously, Thiago, Ox, Curtis Jones is out. And then they're looking at our depth basically and where they play. So they're saying you've got 3 DMs in a way because Thiago can play there, but Hendo can play there with Fab. Then a centre midfielder, like right centre midfielders, Hendo, Keita, and Elliott. Then you got your left centre midfielders in Milner, Carvalho, and Keita, and your attacking midfielders in Carvalho and Firmino. Now, I've already spoken about Fabinho. I'm not going to go on it again. There is issues there that need to be spoke about because we all decide that Henderson's the bully boy and needs to be beaten up after every performance.
Is Firmino there because he's a false nine? Is that what it is? Because he's not a midfielder.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah.
Fab. Look, Fabinho. There is issues, and I think that's why I was going after Tuchel because the club knows there's issues. Henderson can play the number 6.
But to the rest of the fan base who haven't even noticed that issue, that's not a problem when it comes to buying someone. So looking at that picture, basically the only problem is Thiago because everyone told us that Curtis and Ox was shit anyway. So Curtis was shit and needs to go on a loan, and Ox is always injured. So I don't even know why they're on the picture. It doesn't even make a difference.
No,
and
exactly.
Before that, when Taki was there, he wasn't playing. So that's why it doesn't make a difference either. So Thiago's the problem. That's what it is.
Hendo, obviously, Liverpool fans hate. Don't get it why. I don't understand. I just don't. I don't get it. Keita. This is where the trust comes in with Klopp. Keita weren't that injured last season, but Klopp didn't trust him enough to play, and that's where the trust issue comes with Naby. Klopp loves Naby as well. That's why he's not left the club because he wants Naby to stay around. Harvey Elliott's going to be a diamond footballer. He's young. He's going to make mistakes, go over average games, but I think he's going to get plenty of time. Carvalho, he's going to be great as well. Milner is he's James Milner. I've said it already. 37-year-old James Milner is arguably, out of Hendo, Fabinho and Keita, our most mobile midfielder, which is mad. Which is absolute mad. And then you got Bobby Firmino, and I was thinking about this with Bobby the other day. Now, everyone says Bobby's finished in the number 9 position. Can't play there. Could Bobby be the answer to the number 8 position in midfield?
No.
Because I've seen people write an article about this yesterday. I think it was the Athletic or the Echo. One of the reporters wrote an article about it saying is Bobby Firmino the answer to the number 8 position. And I'm thinking about it as well. I was thinking, right, he's good on the ball. He can hold the ball up. But again, the problem with Bobby in that position is that he ain't mobile enough to play a midfield position.
It's nothing against Bobby, but the stuff what I've been on the decline with his attributes are the things that are needed in the midfield. His passes, his weight of passes gone. That's one thing what's gone completely because he's always under hitting passes, and he's not fast. So
we need mobile midfielders. That's all we like. Just get more mobility in that midfield, and we'll be fine. Oh. Yeah, Savage has been disconnected, shall we say. He'll be back in a minute. There we go. What happened there?
I don't even know what happened because I'm nowhere near the wire. Took my camera off.
Oh, Jesus. Imagine the right back is on fire in the mid as issue and Klopp will use Trent as a mid. I don't think Klopp will ever use Trent as a midfielder. I said this the other day. I'm wondering if Klopp could play 3 at the back and play 2 wing backs.
I liked your idea better than anything I've ever heard.
To help the midfield area out, because then you don't have to use so many midfielders. So we got because personally, when I look at our squad, I think we do have the players to play that system. You can play Matic, Konate, and Van Dijk as a back 3,
or change Konate with Gomez if you want.
Yeah, and then you keep Nat Phillips around. You have Gomez and Nat Phillips as your spare centre back. Yeah. I mean that back 3 is ridiculous. Plus, it's a way of getting Joe Gomez into getting some game time and not getting overexposed while he's still getting back to fitness. Trent would be much suited better as a right wing back, in my opinion, than a right back. That goal against Fulham wouldn't have happened if you play a back 3 because the centre back will be in that position instead of Trent.
It'd help Trent out massively.
Yeah, and Trent can more concentrate on what he does best going forward. Robbo on the left wing back situation, I think, would be good. I don't know about Tsimikas in that position, but I think Robbo would be all right in it.
No, Tsimikas would be fine, man.
Yeah, Tsimikas would be all right. And then you can just use a midfield 2. It just helps the midfield area. Then you can just play Fabinho and Hendo together in a pivot 2, if you want, at the moment. And then you can play a Carvalho in the 10. Then you can have Salah, Darwin Núñez, and Diaz up front in the 3. I mean, that's quite a. Then you're covering the midfield area. Then you're covering that midfield area. Then because you're only using 2, it'll save on legs. Carvalho get a bit of playing time in the 10, And then when Thiago's back, you can play Thiago in the 10 and play him a little further forward. Because I think then it will stop Thiago's running so much in that position as well. He won't have to run up and down the pitch as much. He can just stay around, float around that area of the pitch and receive the ball. You know, imagine Thiago, 10 yards closer to the box than where he plays now. That'll make him more dangerous. And then he can still keep the front free. And then if Klopp doesn't like it, he can take the centre-back off and go back to 4-3-3 during the game. I just think that would help with the midfield situation right now. And we do have a little problem with the Trent situation as well, because these defensive lapses now are coming a bit too consistent and frequent over time. If you look at the last 2 proper competitive games we played, not friendlies, it was Real Madrid and Fulham. And you could argue Trent was at fault for both goals, for the 2 goals in them games, in that right back position. I mean, he never looked at Vinicius Junior. He never looked at Markovic.
Didn't look at Coquelin either in the semi-final.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you're playing 3 at the back, this is why everyone says Reece James is better than Trent, because Reece James don't have to defend as much as Trent.
Yeah, of course, he's like a midfielder, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I watched that game against Everton, and he was in midfield the whole game.
He doesn't need to defend as much, because the third if you're playing a back 3, the centre back on Reece's side can drift out wider and cover that space. Then you don't need a midfielder covering that space. So when Trent's bombing forward in a 4-3-3, Hendo has to cover Trent's position. Because he takes that out, you're then leaving Fabinho a little bit isolated on his own. And because he hasn't got the mobility, he can't really run into that space to cover that space up because of his mobility issues. So if you get rid of that and play 3 at the back, I think it helps the situation.
I think it's a good idea. The one thing I'll say is, this is not from like me, but just looking at to the management team and Pep Linders and Klopp and everyone, the staff. It's 1 game in, and they don't see an issue with the midfield yet. They obviously see an issue with the fact that people keep getting injured. You know what I mean? No manager's going to be happy with people getting injured. But in terms of like formation and stuff, I don't think they see that just yet. I don't know if you've seen that thing. He's not going to Man U now. Arnautovic off completely.
Man United got
off. Just come up 57 minutes ago. Said Manchester United will not sign Arnautovic this summer. Deal off, and talks will not continue after opening bid turned down by Bogolina.
They turned down Man United's opening bid. What has happened to Man United? Bogolina turned down Man United's opening bid. What the fuck has happened to you?
Everton are signed or no. Done deal.
Yeah. He's now their best midfielder by a country mile. And they got, Cody and Tarkowski are much bigger upgrades to what they had.
Who did they have? Michael Keane and Yeremina at the back.
And Holgate.
Holgate. Yeah, he's been benched anyway. I saw that.
Yeah, he's terrible. But yeah, they're better than Mina and Michael Keane. There's no doubt about that. But but United they're a shambles, an absolute shambles. I don't get why we keep on about City's money. City's money is not stopping us from addressing our weaknesses. No, we didn't say it weren't. But you guys, what I'm saying is, you have to talk about City's financials, because that's the only team we're competing with. That's
the only reason why everyone's losing their mind. If City didn't exist, no one would care.
No one would care about our financials. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Look, I think a lot of people look at our squad and compare it to City's and go, right, goalkeeper, you'd say Alisson's better than Ederson. Well, I would anyway. Centre back 4 to back 4. Whoever wants to choose. I'd say Liverpool's is probably a little stronger, but it's up to debate. Forward line, now they've got Haaland. It doesn't make their forward line better straight away, because Salah is not a bum.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're comparing forward line for forward line, Salah and Haaland, Salah's not a bum, is he? You get his top goal scorer every season. And Darwin Núñez looks special as well. So, that's pretty much the same. It's just the midfield area. And as I keep saying, Man City's midfield is elite. You see their bench the other day. They brought Bernardo Silva off the bench. We brought on James Milner, right? That happens because of financials. Yeah, And everyone keeps saying we got to compete with City through that midfield area. We get one or two players in that midfield area, and we can compete with City, right? But everyone
Facts.
keeps telling me that Henderson's a bum, Thiago's done, Fabinho. Well, I've said Fabinho has issues now. Curtis Jones ain't good enough. Harvey Elliott's too young and not proven yet. Carvalho's more of a winger. So Milner's 37. So why is two midfielders going to make much difference to comparing to City's midfield? That makes no sense to me. In other words, we need a whole clean. We need five midfielders.
The thing is, the whole time we've been competing with City, their midfield's been better than us. The whole time, and within that time,
it's elite.
Yeah, I mean, so is it? Won the Premier League. The teams have superstar midfield. I don't get it. What's going on?
Oh, my bro. That team won the championship. Look at their team that won the Premier League. Look at them. The point is, the teams have superstar. Oh, they're saying we don't have a superstar midfielder. I think.
Oh, because they won the Champions League and the Premier League.
We don't have a superstar midfielder.
I get your point, but it's kind of irrelevant because they didn't win the Champions League the season before that. So.
No, but how many teams do have? I'm trying to think of all the elite sides in world football. How many of them actually have?
Not many. Not many.
Not many. A lot of the
world
midfielders.
Class, not many.
A lot of the midfielders around Europe that everyone keeps chatting about are really much of a muchness.
You know the ones that everyone's trying to get us to sign and stuff like that. They've I guess they've got the potential to possibly be world class in a few years, but no one's that yet. They're not even the best in any of them, even the best in their league. None of them are.
That's what I'm saying. And there is another thing as well to everyone on about Klopp. The thing with Klopp, he will look at his players and look at players that are available to sign, and Klopp will look at it and think, are they actually better than what I got? Because if they're not, why am I buying them?
100%.
I'm not going to buy just bodies to have so everyone's happy. If they're not better than what I got, it's a waste of money and a waste of time. Klopp ain't a stupid man. Klopp knows our financials. You know, that's why we're so good in it. That's why we get a lot right in the transfer market, is because he knows our financials. So, you know, he looks in at Matheus Nunes. I don't know about Matheus Nunes. I've never watched him play, but Klopp might have watched him play and scouted him. Pep Linders might have scouted him and gone, you know what? He ain't a lot better than what we got in certain positions in our midfield. Yeah. So do we need him? This is how they talk. I mean, you only got to read bits of Pep Linders' book to know.
I was about to say that. The book's
if you've not read it, go and get it, guys. It's a great book.
Great book, man.
But read parts of it. Read the bit where Pep Linders went to scout Theo Hernandez, because we are very much in for Theo Hernandez as a fullback. We wanted Theo Hernandez. Pep Linders was told to go and scout him. Scouted him, came back with his report, and they decided that Robbo would be better from Hull.
Yep, and the rest is history.
Exactly. And then Liverpool fans the last few years have been calling him best left back in world football. So, and would you have Theo Hernandez right now over Robbo? Not a chance. No, not a chance.
No. It's a weird one with the midfield, isn't it? Because like, as much as I understand everyone's plights and that, and if the problem is just the fact that numbers, because the quality is the same quality that's been there the whole time, innit? So if it's just numbers, then I get it, I guess, because you're worried about more injuries. But it'd be more worrying if the fact that the creativity in our team has always come from the midfield and then they got injured, because our creativity comes from our wing backs, innit? So,
that's the system.
That's our system. So if we change the system, then midfielders have to come in 100%. But I don't think anyone's going to be able to get that out of Klopp. The fact that he thinks he can make somebody better, or I don't think Klopp sees it as making someone better. I think he sees it as letting the person see their potential and moving on from there. And I don't think that's going to change because, like I said, it's the way he plays. And
this weren't the system Klopp had in mind either. By the way,
no, of course it wasn't.
He brought Robbo in, got Trent in, and then realised how damn good they are. And watched them play and realised, you know what? Let's use them as the creativity. The midfielders, the engine room. You know, they win the ball back, get it quick, feed the wide areas, feed the strikers, and the creativity comes from our fullbacks. And we use that as the system, and we build around that. So everyone that comes in now has to be able to play in that system how we play now. That's why I wouldn't go on Luis Diaz, because he's perfect for that system. You know? And it worked. Now, if we want to change that, we want to change the way we play, then we need to change the whole system and get different kind of midfielders in. Like Barella, does Barella work in our system? That's the thing. If Klopp wants to play this system, does a Barella work in this system? You look at Man United, they bought very good players, yeah? But they didn't play in a system that suited them. Pogba is a very good footballer. He just didn't work in a Man United system. He works lovely in a PSG, in a Juventus system. He works lovely in a French system. Man United system, it didn't work for him, so he couldn't show. Like everyone's going on about Frankie de Jong to Man United would not work because Frankie de Jong likes to play possession-based football.
Yeah, he's a
Man United
baller,
don't do that. So Frankie de Jong will look a shambles at Man United because it's not the system for him. That's why some players, you see a lot of players in world football that go to a lot of clubs that are really good and never look great because it just don't, the system don't suit them. Don't suit the way they play, or the country don't suit them, the league don't suit them. Then they go off somewhere else and they look amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and like, if you read the book as well, Pep Linders and Klopp love Nico Barella, by the way.
Yeah,
they love Nico Barella. But no one knows Liverpool transfer business. Never. We never know Liverpool transfer business till it happens, yeah? How the hell do we not know that Liverpool have not already spoken to Inter Milan?
Well, my thing is, Jay.
How do they not know? Inter Milan might be go, you know what? It's between 70, 100 mil, but we want to keep him this season. Come ask us in the summer.
Listen, because these are so-called flipping Twitter and YouTube journalists and that, everyone just thinks to know everything. Every time they mention Barella, they talk him up to be one of the best young talent in Italy, and he's going to be going forward on that. And I'm just looking at it like, well, I don't know because I don't watch him enough, but I know he's a good player. And I'm like, if that's the case, how would Inter Milan let him go? That's all I keep thinking. I'm like if it's very rare unless somebody's like at an older age where they just let the guy go. It's not Dortmund, it's Inter Milan, bro. They're trying to compete in there, so I don't know why you'd let him go because I know the Italian fans love him. So I honestly don't know, bro. But like you said, because no one knows our transfer stuff, the reason why I don't speculate all the time is because people in that kind of business are better at business than me, and I'm sure that conversations have been on, inquiries have gone on for different people and stuff. I don't know if Inter Milan saying not this season or whatever. I don't know any of that business, so it's a bit weird to me.
Yeah, it's a mad one. It's a mad one. It's a mad one. Tillemans would be a good signing. I mean, again, look, we all shout about players, Tillemans, all this, you know, all these players we talk about. At the end of the day, I mean, reading parts of Pep Linders' book, you can get the outlier how Klopp and Linders look at players. You can literally look how Pep Linders and Klopp, they sit down every day and they look at players. Everyone thinks they're not looking at the transfer market and not even looking at players. They are looking at players every day. Klopp and Linders are literally scouting. We are scouting teams all over the world every single day. But they have so many particular things in players that they go for. And I don't think a Tillemans would be a Klopp and Pep Linders player. I just don't think it would suit the way they want to play. And then it's just the way we do it. I mean, look, I didn't know we was ever in for Fabinho. We lost Champions League final. Next day we bought him. It was just like, where'd that come from? Didn't know we were bloody looking at him. You know, the Jota thing, that come out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
No, we all thought we were getting bloody Timo Werner. And then it was like, all right, yeah, we bought Thiago. And then what was it? An hour or so later, it came breaking news. Yeah, Liverpool were very close to buying Jota. So when did that happen? And then you find out when we bought him, Klopp says, yeah, we've been scouting him for 2 years.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. No one knows what Liverpool are doing behind the scenes. That's what I said. We could have already spoken to Inter Milan about Barella. Could have already spoken about him. And if they're saying he's not available, a lot of the midfielders around Europe are trash. I'm telling you right now. There's a lot of midfielders around Europe that everyone tells me are great. Everyone told me Frankie Kessie was amazing, yeah? I saw Tyler Morton outdo Frankie Kessie in the Champions League. So no one give me this. Like, he's gone to Barcelona. The man can't move. He runs in mud. And everyone's telling me Frankie Kessie's amazing. He's not. He's bang average. There's so many average footballers out there, especially in midfield. And the elite ones and the world-class ones are unattainable. It's as simple as that. They're unattainable. You know, Jude Bellingham is unattainable this year. Barella probably is unattainable this year. You know, the quality midfielders, unless they want to let them go, you know, Bernardo Silva, you know, I'm surprised he's not unattainable, but Pep doesn't mind letting him go. So, you know, unless they like letting them go and they're fine with it. Look at Wesley Fofana. Leicester City want 90 million for Wesley Fofana from Leicester. 90 million, right? They just turned down 85 million from Chelsea last night, right? Turned down 85 million. They want 90 mil because, one, he's unattainable and they don't need to sell him. Plus, they're like, well, if you want him, you're going to have to pay price. So, would I buy Fofana for 90 million? No. Is he a good footballer? Yeah. But is that his value? I don't think so. So, when you're looking at someone like Barella, Inter Milan is saying 100 million. 100 million for a midfielder. That's 100 million for a midfielder is a lot of money. I usually look at 100 million markers, strikers, the goal scorers.
100 million for very rarely a midfielder.
100 million for a midfielder. I mean, look, we was meant to sell Steve. Don't forget, we almost sold Stevie for 30 mil.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And the people were saying Barella for 100 million. I mean, it's just, you got. I just don't know if we talk to people. I think people might be shocked. Big Hal Barron with the big super chat, my friend. Thank you very much. Jamie, you've seen the new BBC video that absolutely debunks the inhaler rumours. No, I have not. So, have you seen this? Some professor of sports science debunks the rumour and the actual source. You can find it on Rourke, Everton, Fred. I'm going to have a look. Oh, that's hilarious. Debunks the rumour. Not like us Liverpool fans actually cared, to be fair. We embraced it, didn't we, if anything? Have you seen that game where they all brought inhalers to the stadium and waved them about? It's brilliant. I think it's fantastic. Breaking Frankie de Jong and Ter Stegen all being told their contracts are invalid. What?
That's illegal, to be fair.
They're invalid. They signed illegal contracts. What the fuck is going on? Oh. Well, that means they're free agents then. If that's the case, they're free agents.
Yeah.
Jesus. Ter Stegen. Yeah, but Frankie de Jong, if he's a free agent, Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's why Bernardo Silva, it makes sense now. This makes sense now. That's why Bernardo Silva's going to Barcelona. Because Frankie de Jong's going to Man City for free. If that happens, and Frankie de Jong goes to Man City for free because these contracts are invalid, which makes them illegal, which means the ink that's written on them is worthless.
Yeah.
And that means they need to go. And they get
That's probably what's happening, isn't it?
That is what's happening.
When de
Jong's going to go to City for free. That's mad.
Yeah. If that happens, then it's not.
That's corruption FC, ain't it? It's corruption
FC, and
which also tells you Man City. If that does happen, that tells you that Man City knew.
Yeah, and it means that the quality won't drop off either because de Jong's dangerous and younger. I think Gangadeep's comment. I don't think it's fair to say that Liverpool didn't do their due diligence on Basuma because Tottenham got him. Because his case, I'm pretty sure he got cleared of all charges on the 29th of June. He signed for Tottenham on the 17th, I think. So, you think we're a bigger club than Tottenham, bro? We ain't having no sexual assault things hanging over us just in case. We've been there. We've had the racists. We've had Flanagan kicking women. We've had all of this business. I don't think we're gonna.
Can you imagine it on the front of a newspaper? It's going to be Liverpool. It won't be his name. It'll be Liverpool star.
Liverpool, yeah. The Scousers sign. Yeah,
and it'll be. Let's face it. It'll be on a certain newspaper everyone don't like.
Yeah, people. It's not fair to. That's one thing not fair to throw us at.
Yeah. Oh, you're on mute again.
In agreement at the time that listen, that's as much as we want him, we think he's dope and that because he is. That's dangerous. That's with that at the time. So yeah. Especially remember after the thingy as well, the Greenwood stuff. That'd be crazy for a big club like us. After Man United won because of it, and then that's madness, bro.
I mean, he ain't played for Man United again, has he? I don't know if he ever will. So,
I don't.
Plus, with the Basuma thing, the rumours I heard is that Liverpool spoke to Basuma and they didn't like his attitude. And If they don't, this is another thing with Klopp and
This
Pep.
is what I'm saying, man.
Attitude is a big thing. A personality is a big thing to them and players, because they try. Klopp likes it as one big family, don't he? Like everyone gets on, they all go out, have dinner together, stuff like that, and there's no like people in their locked changing room that will disrupt the mood and stuff like that. So, like, if Liverpool literally got offered Neymar and wages wouldn't be a problem for nothing, Liverpool wouldn't take him under Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
Because of the personality and stuff like that. It's just the way Liverpool work. But, yeah, that's what I read about Basuma. But let's see about Basuma. Let's see. I think he's a good footballer. I think people are getting a bit over thingy because he's gone to Tottenham. Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see. It was dope at Brighton, but it's a new team.
If he doesn't play out, some people are really good at small clubs.
Yeah.
That's how it pays out.
Some people have to be more. You have to be more disciplined at the bigger clubs as well. It seems, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember they sold their training ground for 200 mil.
And
then literally just had a new one like that. Like literally just had a new one.
I'm still trying to figure out how they had all them Galacticos in the team, bro. So I don't.
Oh no, it's mad, ain't it? Now they go saying they're new. And that ain't the people building. They're building their new stadium. They're having a new stadium built. They are having a new stadium built, ain't they? Yeah. And the people building their new stadium, the construction company building it, are owned by Man City.
Yeah.
No one thinks this is a problem. No one thinks this is a problem. Newcastle sort of own Chelsea. It's mad.
Yeah.
It's sports washing shit. It's nuts.
There's no conflict of interest, it seems.
No. And I thought that was meant to be one of the main Premier League rules. It's just mad, ain't it? Big out of Real Madrid and Barcelona. Pablo Escobar FC. Pablo Escobar. What's to say? Biashik won't break through this season. Could be a sixth.
Yeah, he's on the bench as well. He was on the bench in the last game.
It could be used. Pac-Man, there's no upgrade on Klopp. Guardiola is the only upgrade in world football, and that's obviously not happening. If you get rid of him, it'll just be Wenger solution on roids. Big up Pac-Man. Yeah. Batman's, he's a City fan, so, what is it? Who do you go for? I mean, people are saying Hans Flick. I mean,
what? Come on.
Yeah. People are saying Hans Flick. I'm not sure. I think we're just, if we go on a big win, have you seen our next 6 fixtures? In my opinion, we should win them all, right? If we win their next 6 fixtures, everything's going to go quiet. And if City drew 1. And we won our next 6 games, then everything's even.
Yeah, but everyone will still be like, well, we could have been ahead of them. So,
you can't win. We have been ahead of them, by the way, in a few seasons, and they caught us up.
Yeah.
City. Why are we acting like City are not this?
They're not bombs, bro.
They're an amazing side. Let's face it. If they weren't in the league, Liverpool would be packing this league up every year. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Anyone watch the Loki series? I've just finished it.
Yeah,
I've finished not.
Cav, I don't know what you do. I finished that about flipping a year ago.
I'm not even a big Loki fan.
Nah, the Loki one's probably the best Disney ones, to be fair. The Disney Plus ones.
It's going to be a bit darker, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit. It explains everything going forward with the timeline more than anything.
Whoa, Clive. I do. Look, wow, Clive. Everyone on my chat knows I get round to super chats. I star them and then get round to reading them, and I do read them straight away. In fact, 2 of them I read. I went straight down to the bottom of my chats and ignored everyone to get them up, my friend. So yeah,
man, like Clive and that,
Clive bringing the violence.
Bro, you're a Liverpool fan. I don't understand what.
Yeah, he just bringing the violence, man. I bring everybody like Aaron and that. No, Aaron's cool. Aaron's one of my OGs on his channel, for goodness sake. He knows I'll get to him. He knows the score. I always star the super chat so I don't lose them, and then I'll get to them. I can't just
Clive
go.
Clive needs a hog, man.
I can't have a. I'm not talking to you guys, talking to Savage. I can't just write shit. I'm going to stop everything now just to do it. You have to. You go in mid-conversation. You know what I mean? You can't just. God, it's mad. It's not like I've got 7 people in the chat either. You know what I mean? I've got a lot of people out here. So, let's just go through these. Nunes is the fastest player in the Premier League. Nunes has got the speeds of 36
Oh, yeah,
kilometers.
from the weekend, didn't it?
Danny Welbeck, I think you meant 35, and Andres Pereira 34. It always worries me, these pace stats, because I run quicker than Andres Pereira. You know? It's when they clock them, ain't it? It's when they clock it.
Yeah, the thing is, it doesn't say the distance travelled.
No,
so that could be like a short burst.
Yeah, if it was 2 yards.
Yeah, it's normally like 10,
you know what I mean?
5 or 10 yards.
It's like Van Dijk. I think in training they said Mo's now the quickest, but over a massive distance, it's Virgil.
Yeah, Mo and Mane said that he was fastest long distance as well.
Because Virgil's pace keeps going. He's got better. Like Mo and all that are about acceleration, ain't they? They just boom from the start. But over like 100 yards, like Mo would die, where Virgil he wouldn't even break a sweat.
Yeah,
because he's a freak. But Virgil's coming for a lot of criticism, ain't he?
From one game.
Yeah. Apparently he's finished.
From one game.
Yeah, he's finished. I've seen him have 3 or 4 bad games in 5 years.
Bro,
he's never lost at Anfield since he's been a Liverpool player.
When he got injured, what was his record? Was it 92 games he had without having a game off?
Yeah.
And within them 92 games, Villa and Brentford, bro, was at the time. I don't know what people want, bro.
His record is immense. He's
never
lost at Anfield. Never.
By the way, when he gave that penalty away, it was a shambles. He only fouled him because he was off balance. He was flat-footed and he let... Bro, first of all, anyone can get done, but he didn't get done and get past him. It's because he was off balance, bro. Shit happens, bro.
And at the end of the day, can't we just say Mitrovic did really well?
Yeah, they'll never do it, man.
You know, like not every defender's amazing. You know, Brazy, I'm sure, made mistakes. You know, Paolo Maldini, I'm sure, made mistakes in games. You know, but they're still some of the greatest defenders that have ever played football. You know, you can. Sometimes a very good player can just outdo you. It's a simple, and you just hold your hands up.
In terms of percentage in our team, he's the guy with the highest percentage of like damn near perfect games. I don't know what to say to people, man. I'm not worried about Virgil ever making a mistake, and that's flipping human, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think was it the first penalty he gave away since 2015 or something?
Yeah.
All right, Virgil's finished.
It's done. Pac-Man says Nunes and Haaland in the race would be fucking mad. It would be, wouldn't it? Both. The thing is, they're both big men, and they're very quick.
Man. Haaland runs scary though, bro. He runs like the Terminator, innit? It's really like it. Yeah. Haaland's a dangerous guy, man.
They're big guys as well. You don't expect it when you see them. When you look at Haaland and Nunes, you're like, they're not going to be that quick, and then woo, it's just like Jesus. Yeah, I think Haaland and Nunes are going to smash up this league. I really do.
They're both going to smash it up. They're both going to smash it up. And Salah's going to take the golden boot.
I watched both their Premier League debuts, and they were both equally impressive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Equally impressive. And even, I've got to say, even City fans have said that. How it turns around. I love the way, I like Haaland's runs off the ball, especially that second goal he scored. That run off the ball was amazing.
Like the De Bruyne pass.
Yeah, parts are beautiful.
I can't lie though, that was embarrassing from West Ham defending. As much as
they got too high up. They got too high up.
As much as his pass was dope, bro, it was the most simple. But just intercept the pass, man. But listen, the finish was. We know about Haaland finishing anyway.
Bad boy.
You don't have that kind of record.
Yeah, exactly. So and then Darwin Núñez came on and he changed the game. He literally changed the game for us. And that flick, he did it once, didn't work, and did it again. That shows me a confidence boy.
Yeah, I'm not trying to overgas it and that, but I don't think I've seen somebody do something like that and try it again straight after. Yeah, like it was literally 5 minutes after, and I'm like, what the hell?
Let's be fair, he could have actually took a touch, and
he just seems like he's happy to.
He's happy to play football. Man. That's a proper forward.
Yeah, he's excited, and you want that, man.
Proper forward. He's got to bang goals, and with City, the De Bruyne. It looks like there's a bit of a De Bruyne Haaland partnership there because De Bruyne is looking for him all the time.
Yeah.
And there's a Salah Núñez partnership at Liverpool that looks tasty as well.
You remember what I said to you last season, and I think it's smart from Man City, but I don't understand why other teams don't pick up on it. Maybe they can't. Sometimes there's players that are going to do stuff and you can't stop it. Like when Messi cuts in on his left foot, can't stop it, innit? But De Bruyne almost doesn't have a position for Man City, innit? Like, it starts off with him as a position, but once the game starts, he just does what he wants, and everyone covers for him and that. And I'm wondering, like, because they've got Haaland in the squad now, surely you just man mark De Bruyne out the effing game, innit? Like, I'm expecting when Tottenham play them to try and do that, to just man mark De Bruyne the whole time, so we can't feed Haaland. But it's going to be interesting.
I mean, man marking De Bruyne is going to be difficult, though, isn't it? I mean, he's such a player. Nunes looked very dangerous, sure, but don't guess up the goal or assist. They were both mistakes. I felt that definitely changed the game.
I mean, it wasn't a mistake if you went for it.
No, exactly.
That's like saying De Bruyne's goal against Liverpool when he hit off Matip was a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. No, they're gonna be quality strikers. They really are. Right, I'm gonna just show us. Right, I'm gonna get this up. I'm gonna share this. Right, let's share the screen.
Gigi Godin? Oh, it's not. Okay.
Gigi.
Have you seen the latest ones?
Gigi.
Have you seen the pool? No, have you seen the poolside images?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, bro!
I'm not. It's a family show. It's a family show.
All I'm saying is, man, I'm not even going to mention anything but her and thinking the one who left WWE, Tony Storm.
Yeah, I'm not a big lover of Tony Storm.
You don't have to be, bro. But
I don't know. She looks like she smells. I don't know why.
Stop looking. Don't look at her face, but just.
I mean, she's got an arse on her. I'll give her that.
Yeah, because I don't like her face much either. But yeah.
No. She's got but she's got a. Yeah, she does OnlyFans though, doesn't she?
That is hilarious that you said she looks like she smells. For the fuck's sake, man.
I don't know what it is.
About them. You know them WWE women. Oh yeah, stop sexualizing us. They leave WWE OnlyFans.
Yeah, no, straight away. As soon as they've left WWE,
Iconics.
Iconics. I go for OnlyFans. OnlyFans. They've all got OnlyFans, and they're all sitting and they sell bikini shots of them. So basically, what it is, they didn't actually mind Vince doing it, but they wanted to do it where they can make money off it.
That's what it is. That's what it
was. That's what it is. It's madness. It's absolute madness. So here's our midfielders. So obviously Sepp van der Berg's gone, but here's our midfielders. So Stefan Bajcek, Luke Chambers, Fabinho, Endo, Naby Keita, James Milner, Thiago, Ox, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, and Carvalho.
Man, Chambers and Bichetti don't have a picture of the trolling, man.
No, look at that. That's sad, ain't it? That's sad. Fabinho, great player for us. Absolutely great. Look, this is his appearances right here since he's been at Liverpool. These are only Premier League appearances, by the way, because it's a Premier League website. So in his first season, he had 28 appearances, but he didn't play for a while, did he? Because 2019-20, he had 28. 2020, he had 30. 29 last season. Obviously, one appearance this season. 3 of them are sub. So he only missed 8 games last season, but they were through, I think one was suspension as well. And I think he had more illnesses than injuries as well, where he missed games as well. Yeah, because you've got to remember a lot of
Give me a second, Jay. I'll be back. Yeah. Carry on.
Because a lot of the games that Fabinho had was behind, were very back-to-back. So if he was ill or injured, and he missed 2 games, them 2 games could have been like 3 days apart. So it weren't like he was injured for weeks and stuff like that on the end. Obviously 5 goals last season. You know, decent player. He's a decent player, Fabinho, but there is a problem with him at the moment with his mobility, as we said. Thiago, he's not really. So his first season, he only played 24 games, which isn't great. Last season, he played 1 more at 25, 8 of them as sub. 2, and he's only scored 2 goals in his Liverpool career, but he's not known for his goal scoring. And obviously, he played the last game, but obviously got injured. And injuries is the big thing with Thiago. As you say, 24 and 25. To be fair, we did know Thiago's injury record before we bought him.
Yeah. So, everyone did, and everyone's acting surprised.
So if he plays 25 Premier League games a season, it is what it is, ain't it? I mean, you know, we just got our players around him. I don't think people would actually be that bothered if a lot of the other players didn't get injured at the same time.
Yeah. Do you think the best way to go about Thiago, and you know, then they know better than us, and the staff, the fitness staff, and that. But do you think the best way to go is that when he's back fit, you take him to every game.
Yeah.
But some you put him on the bench for the games that you shouldn't. Like, let's be honest. There's no disrespect to any club in the Premier League, innit? So before anyone tries to run that, don't, because I don't disrespect anyone. But teams like Fulham and everyone who's just been promoted, and teams like, I don't know, Southampton and that, who have been linked, the ones who are lingering around the bottom most of the time, from about 20th up until 11th.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have to play for us to beat him,
No.
for us to beat them. And that's a fact, because he hasn't always been at Liverpool and we beat them. When we won the league, Thiago wasn't there and we beat all them teams, innit? So, should you just not have him on the bench? Should you just not have him on the bench? And if you need him in the game, you bring him on. If it's getting too, low block and that, we can't find a pass. But otherwise from that, you just play him, innit, in the big games.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that's how you got to go with him. That's what I'm saying. If he only plays 25 games a season, but everyone else around him is injured as well, I don't think we all sit here and really moan too much about it.
Yeah.
Because 25 Premier League games out of 38 ain't the worst in the world, is it? If he's doing that every week.
Exactly.
But if everyone else around him is always fit, then I don't think we worry about it too much. And as you say, if you just have him around for the best games, the big games, when you're playing Fulham at home, say, do you really need Thiago for that game? A Crystal Palace home, do you really need Thiago for that game? A Man City, both home and away, you do. A Man United, yeah. An Arsenal, yeah. A Chelsea, yeah. Tottenham, yeah. Brighton probably, because the way Brighton play. But other games in the Premier League, Southampton, does Thiago really need to play for us to beat Southampton? Because if he does, then we have more issues than I thought. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's my point with them kind of things.
I agree with you. So this is our captain Hendo, obviously been here a long time. Oh,
we're on 11 years now, I think.
Yeah, there's his Sunderland record as well. He's been playing since 08-09. He started in the Premier League a long time. He's had a big career. So obviously his first Premier League season was 011-012, where he played 37 games. Whoa, kids, what do you want? You want to say hello? Say hello.
Hey.
Hang on, there you go. Say hello. Say hello. Get that
celebrity and that,
Mwah. Go to mama.
Come on.
There you go. Good girl. Oh, she don't want to go. Go, mama.
She wants the line. She wants that TalkSport job of TalkSport kids and
that. TalkSport kids. Can you imagine? So he played 37 games. Only missed one game in his debut season. Was that with Kenny? Kenny was manager then, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Then he played 30 the season after. 5 goals that year as well. That actually might be his best goal season. It is. That's his best goal season, 2012, 2013. He played 35 games the following season after. 4 goals. Played 37 games the season after that. Then they got some issues. 15-16. That's Rodgers, if I remember rightly, ain't it?
Yep.
17 games. I don't think Rodgers liked him, though, did he? Wanted him gone.
But didn't he have one of them seasons? Didn't he have that heel problem?
I think that was this season where he only played 24 games.
Yeah.
16, 17. And then the 17, 18, 27 games. And then the last few years, 18, 19, 32 games, 19, 20, 30 games. So he's playing like these.
The 16, 17 one is Klopp's one, isn't it? Klopp's first season.
Yeah, that's Klopp's first season, yeah.
Because I think the 17, because I remember one of them, he weren't playing as much when we had the purple kit. Klopp was using him. He had him on the bench most of the time.
Yeah, that's right. And this one, 15, 16 is one. Rodgers wanted him out, didn't he? So last season he played 35 games, but I was told last season that Hendo was an injury issue. He played 35 Premier League games last season. We only played 38 Premier League games.
Yeah, his fitness
so
is
he
fine,
missed 3 games. And was that all through injury? He might have just been rested and that. 2020 season before he played 21 games, but I don't know if anyone had a good record that season. So we let that season be. And the season before that, he played 13 and 32. So Hendo is consistent. He's had 397 appearances for Liverpool. That's a lot of appearances. Obviously, he's had goal of the month in 16-17 as well. I can't remember that goal. And he's obviously been a Premier League champion. Yeah, don't underestimate Hendo. This is what I say, guys. Everyone wants consistency. This is my thing. Everyone keeps moaning we have injuries and no consistency, but Hendo's always consistent.
Yeah,
I've just shown you the stats there in the Premier League. He's always there. All right, Naby. So these are all our midfielders we've got available. I just wanted to show everyone the stats on these players.
Yeah, it's a good idea, man.
So Naby, 18-19, his first season, he had 25 games. This is where Naby's issue is, especially 2020-21. That is bad. 19-20, he had 18 games.
That's when we won the league, isn't it?
Yeah. 2021, when we tried to defend the title, he only played 10 games.
That's when he got off the plane injured, though.
Yeah. It's just, but that season everyone was injured, so I'm not going to just blame Naby on that one.
No. That was a COVID season, isn't it?
21-22, 23 games last season he only played, but last season he actually weren't that injured.
No, he wasn't.
For Liverpool, he's only played 76 games in 4 years, 5 years almost into this season. This is his 5th season. He's only played 76 games. That's an issue. That's a bit of an issue. The Ox.
Oh God.
Ox has been here for a while, you know. In his debut season, 17-18, he played 32 games. But you got to remember, he already played for Arsenal that season as well.
Yeah.
He played 3 games for Arsenal that season. So all in all, that season, Ox played 35 games out of 38 in the Premier League.
Yeah, because we smashed them up and then he came to us the week after.
Yeah. So he played 35 games in the Premier League that season. Season after that, he played 2 because he got that massive injury, didn't he?
Yeah.
The season after that, he played 30 in the Premier League.
It's pretty good.
And then
30 a sub in it, so half of the games was a sub.
Yeah. And then the last 2 seasons, 13 and 17. He actually played 17 Premier League games last season. Do you remember?
It's weird, isn't it? Because
you remember any of them?
Nah. I just remember cup games and AFCON time. But there was only 3 games in AFCON.
Yeah, I don't remember it. He played 17 games and 8 of them were sub.
I think I was about to say, I think the key thing is there is you look through all them seasons, every season, half of the games was a sub.
Yeah.
Like nearly dead on. So
he was a squad player, basically. That's what we're saying.
Yeah. He's an anomaly, him, because he's not... I'll never call him shit. He's got talent. But it's totally. It just doesn't happen all the time, man.
No, exactly. Jimmy Milner.
Big Millie from the east side. Come on.
Legend. In his debut season, he played 28 games, 5 goals. Season after that, he played 36 games. None of these are sub, by the way. 36 games.
Legend.
No substituting period, like 36.
He was thingy, innit? He was left back all season.
Yeah, and he got 7 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah, you remember
he got 7 goals in the Premier League. Jesus. Season after that, he played 32 games, 16 of them as sub. Season after that, 31 games, 12 as sub. And then as he went on, it's where the squad changed. So Milner weren't playing as much or getting in the squad as much. Plus, he was getting older. Then it was 22, 26, and 24.
If you listen to our fans, you'd think he plays every game, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But this is where he weren't injured. He was just not age come a factor. The squad around him got better. And he just weren't getting in. He just weren't playing. But you can see the difference of when Klopp came in, because Rodgers has started this season and Klopp came in October of 2015, 2016. So you can see where Klopp was building his team and slowly building his team to where players like Ox and James Milner starting to play less games.
And that's why when I said about favoritism and trusting, there's 2 different things, because throughout that whole time of Klopp building his squad, Milner's the one who's been there fit.
Yeah.
So you just trust him in it. That's why when we're winning a game, you bring on Milner in it. That's what they do. Just one of them.
Yeah, exactly. And then Curtis, obviously, is not much to show here because he didn't really make his debut until 2020, playing 6 games, got a goal. 2021 season, COVID
That's
year.
a mad one,
He played 24 Premier League games.
That's the one when he got all the hate here, and our whole team was flipping injured that season, and he done all right, man.
Yeah. last season he played 15 games, 5 of them were subs. So he only started 10 Premier League games last season.
Yeah, last season he had an eye injury for 3 months, still, wasn't it?
Yeah, so he only played 10 Premier League games last season. And people wonder why Curtis, I keep saying this, he hasn't played enough games in his young career yet. Look at them games. It's nowhere near enough yet.
Yeah, because we both know that because it don't show the minutes on there.
No.
The minutes of when he come on the pitch for some of them games are not that long, bro.
No.
So.
Oh, yeah, it just shows he scored in the Champions League, 2 in the EFL Cup. Yeah, he's it just don't show you the minutes. But look, in the so this is his. Hang on, let me. So 1, 2, 3. This is his 4th playing season with the club. He's only played 45 games.
So it's an average of 10 a season. It's
10.3. So that's why I never really slagged Curtis off, because he ain't really had the development yet in his young age. He hasn't really played 10. He doesn't like play 10 games in a row or anything like that where you can really judge a player. So yeah, that's our midfield situation, guys. So I just wanted to show you the
go on, click on Elliot a minute. Just click on Elliot, and I want to see his games and stuff.
Yeah, I really didn't think about Elliot there. Sorry about that. So at Fulham, he played 2 games in the Premier League. Everyone forgets he played in the Premier League for me.
So he's had 9 games for us.
He played 2 games in 1920, 6 games last season, 1. So he's played 9 Premier League games. He's had 11 Premier League appearances. That's it.
And five of the games have been a sub.
Yeah.
And people think they can judge him already. All right.
Yeah, and he's already being judged as a player. It's mad, ain't it?
You know, the one what's killing me is when people keep bringing up AC Milan game. I'm like, what? How can you just keep bringing up one game when he didn't do anything wrong? It just seemed like he was a bit out of the game, a bit like he was.
He just came back from injury, and
it's so weird to keep bringing up that game. Oh, he's not ready to play for Liverpool because in that AC Milan game. Shut up, man.
Yeah, but Nat Phillips looks amazing. None of you would have Nat Phillips as starting centre back, would you?
Hey, listen.
You know what I mean?
Nat Cannavaro, Phillips, and that.
Right, I just want to have a look at Mo Salah just for the vibes. I know we ain't talking about Mo, but
it's a lot of goals, bro.
Look at his first season. Look at that stat in his first season.
You know that 1920 season, if we didn't win the title, that 19 goals would have burnt him inside.
Yeah. Look at that stat. 17-18 season, his debut season, he played 36 Premier League games and got 32 Premier League goals. Is that really not spoken about enough more than it actually should be?
Bro.
That stat is immense.
On the side, it says 194 games, 121 goals, and 47 assists, bro.
He's a winger.
Kind of foolish.
He's a winger.
Was that 168 GA?
Yeah,
194 games, mate. Yeah. Leave Salah alone, bro. Who said earlier that we overpaid for Salah, bro? Stop the foolishness.
That is Ronaldo levels. If you go on Ronaldo level to games of goals, GA for matches. That's that level.
He's 1 in 1. He's 1 in 1 this season already, isn't he?
Yeah, even Pac-Man says Salah's numbers.
No, he's ridiculous.
Right, guy's so efficient. Do you know what I love about Salah? This is what I love about Salah, and this is what annoys me about players I think who could do this as well when I watch them play. Salah is just direct and about end product. That's all Salah cares about. Salah don't really care too much about the flashy stuff and stuff like that. He don't really care about rainbow flicks and things like that, and trying to nutmeg people all the time and things like that. He does like dribbling past players because he's a winger. It's his natural game. But at the end of the day, he's all about directness and end product. And there's players I moan about that I think could do that as well and have great stats, but they seem not to worry about it so much. But Mo is so direct. I mean, 100, that is ridiculous. And everyone says he's greedy. He's got 47 fucking assists. Yeah. But yeah, 36 games and 32 goals. Then 18, 19, 38 and 22. Well, by the way, he's still ridiculous. Because do you know how hard...
That 18-19 one's the one when him, Aubameyang and Mane both got 22.
They all shared it, yeah.
Yeah.
His worst season is 19-20. He got 19 Premier League goals. And I'm telling you right now, that is his worst season.
Yeah. I think he's fine with it just because we won the league.
Could you imagine if I told you... Imagine if I told you that Mo Salah's worst season was 19 Premier League goals. That's just ridiculous.
I know. What happened when you click on the defenders on the careers?
Oh yeah, I'm going.
Trent and Robbo.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look. It's quite. I like looking at these stats actually. And then last season he scored 23 and 35. Just stupid stats. It is just.
And he wasn't even good for half a season.
No, he's won 3 golden boots, and this is his what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is his 6th season, and he's won 3 golden boots.
And he got 1 player of the season.
And he's only he got player of the year in 17-18, and he's had, and he got playmaker.
I was about to say you'd think it'd be more, but then again, flipping. There's still Man City players to think about.
Well, it's because De Bruyne's around, don't it? De Bruyne.
Yeah, and I think Virgil got the one when we won the league. I think. Virgil
I just want to have a look at Jota because people slag Jota off.
No, his record's mad still.
Look at his Premier League record with Liverpool. He scored 9 goals in 19 games in his first season.
7 subs on that one.
And 7 sub appearances. And last season he got 15 Premier League goals in 35. Why are people slagging Jota off? He got 10 assists as well. It's just Jota's a player, man. He's a player. Who do you want to look at? Trent
on Robbo.
Right, that's Robbo's first. Let's have a look at Robbo. Hopefully it gives assists. I don't know if it will.
They're on the side in terms
of is it on the side?
Assists, 69 clean sheets. Gee.
I mean, obviously, that's basically all Liverpool because he only played. He played a few games. Well, yeah, he played 33 and 24 as a whole, but that's his career in the Premier League. 219 Premier League appearances, 49 assists and 8 goals as a left back. That is ridiculous.
Bro. It's madness, bro.
That is mad. And look how consistent he is playing as well for Liverpool. 36, 36, 38, 29. Consistency's off the chart.
That 29 only came in because we started using him.
Yeah, exactly. So look, 219 appearances and 49 assists as a left back.
Madness.
Mad stats. Mad. Trent's will be interesting because he's only played for Liverpool.
Big Trent, come on.
Trent has, Jesus Christ, he's only played for Liverpool. 45 assists in only 162 games.
10 goals as well.
10 goals, 57 clean sheets, and he's a right back.
Madness.
It's not right.
It's madness, bro.
I don't think we look at these stats and give him enough credit. Just... What is it? Robbo played over 200 and something games. Trent's played 162. He's on 45.
I think Robbo's got like 50 games on him.
Yeah, and he's only 4 assists short and he's only played for Liverpool. It's just
mad. It's mad still.
Again, consistent, like 17, 18, like 19. That's when he was coming through. Then 29, 38, 36, 32. Consistency. Young player of the season in 1920 as well. That record. Obviously, you can't see anything for Van Dijk, but what's Van Dijk's clean sheet? What do you reckon? Before I scroll down, what do you reckon Van Dijk's clean sheet number is?
62.
82.
Jesus Christ, bro!
In 197 games.
Wait there. How many at Southampton though? Because I was on about Liverpool.
That's true. He played. Yeah, quite played for Southampton. No, it just tells you the competitions, which is a shame.
Well, Southampton was trash anyway, wasn't they? So,
listen,
I'll just take them. It is what it is, bro.
But even at Southampton, though, 82 clean sheets, 17 goals and 4 assists.
17 goals is a bit of a shock to me, to be fair. I didn't know he had that many goals.
And 197 appearances in the Premier League. He's got 82 clean sheets. Madness. Player.
Oh, yeah, I remember 1920 and 1819 with the goals, man. I remember that. It's getting all the headers in it.
Absolute pat. And Ali. Let's have a look at Ali. What do you reckon with Ali?
He's only played for us in the Premier League, so is the goalkeeper 61?
64.
Oh, close.
In 137 games. Look at that, though. He's got 2 assists and 1 goal.
Yeah, the 2 assists and 1 goal is mad still.
2 golden gloves.
What a G, man.
Yeah, he's only had. Everyone says he's really injury prone, but by these Premier League stats,
mate,
not that bad, really.
The Alisson injury prone thing is the worst thing I've heard, man. What is that, bro?
He only missed 2 games last season. He only missed 2 games last season. Season before that, he missed 5. the year before that, he had 29, where he literally did get that injury where he pulled his Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
And the year before that, he played every game. So really, it's only 1920 that he really missed anything. And that's because he literally did.
And the flipping 21, 22 season one was just gone in it, and 2020, 33 games in that season. He lost his dad that season in it. 2020, 2021. He just carried on playing. So when he had that stinker against City. I remember that game, because I remember saying to my missus, there's something wrong with Ali. Because he made a mistake passing the ball out to them. And then he did the same thing, like, straight after to Foden again.
You find out about his dad, ain't it?
Yeah. And I literally said, I was going mad at it. And my missus was like, nah, you sure there's not something wrong with him? I was like, nah, man, you can't make it. Then, my missus knows better than me, bro. I know that much, bro. Because that was not normal. Because he looked really when he made the mistakes. Obviously, you normally look disappointed and embarrassed. He looked like he was gonna cry.
And I was like, what? He looked dejected, did he? Yeah, he looked dejected.
Same with Klopp and his mom as well. You could tell that there's something wrong with him. So
yeah, he's still not gone to a thing apparently. Still,
we didn't.
He hasn't had time.
Yeah.
He hasn't had. I mean, and same with Pep as well. When he lost his parents, he never had time.
Nah, Guardiola when Guardiola lost he looked finished, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
like I remember just looking at him. I'm like, this geezer looks drained, bro.
Could you imagine you're on the other side of the world or somewhere, another country, but you lose your parents and you can't go and see them? I wouldn't even be getting up the next day, let alone going to work. Now, I think players managers like Pep and Klopp need a bit of a.
Yeah, because that's when football doesn't matter, innit? It doesn't affect you at all. That's when you just like.
Exactly. Because Klopp said to Alisson, you don't have to play. But Ali wanted to play, didn't he? Because I suppose the last thing you want to do is sit and think, ain't it? That's the last
exactly when especially when you got travel restrictions and all this stuff. You just be in your house locked in.
And think. So yeah, I mean that's. So he's had 137 appearances for Liverpool in the Premier League, 64 clean sheets, 1 goal, 2 assists. Ain't too bad, is it? Yeah, ain't too bad.
Listen, I know everyone gets emotional about the whole like being behind City and all this business. I'm not like that emotional about it, innit? No. But I do think it's kind of as a competition. I think it's quite incredible when you put the teams together, how close everything is. Like you look at like main spots like the goalkeepers. I bet if you go on Edison's clean sheets, it's proper close to Alisson's. It's either going to be 1 or 2 better. What was that? What was Alisson's 4?
64, yeah.
Yeah, if you go on Edison, I bet it won't be far off either side of it. And then obviously, I think in terms of points, I think it's like obviously City's won the leagues and stuff like that. But I think it's like 1 point between us or 2 points between us over the 4 seasons or 5 seasons. So
yeah. I think is it over 4 years? It's like
I mean it was 1 point, but obviously we dropped a point on the weekend.
Yeah, so it's like when it like before the season started, it was like 336 to 335 or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Points. It's absolutely mad. Yeah, City. So Edison. I think Edison's been there a little. Has he been there a season longer than Ali? Yeah, he's played a few more games. He's got 92 clean sheets. But he's been there longer than Ali, though. Look. He's been there far longer.
Oh, big up Edison, though. Flipping hell, bro. That's a mad record still. 92.
Same amount as assists, 2.
It means he'll thingy, innit, Edison? By the time he finishes this season, he'll be on 100 clean sheets, bro.
Yeah, easy. But he's been there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is his 6th season.
Yeah.
So, if you think about Ali's in his 4th season? 5th season. So it's a season beyond.
I think if you do it from when Ali got there, they're both were like
probably,
one behind each.
If you go from 18-19 season, is that the year we got Ali? Is that the year we got him? When did we get Ali? Was it 1920 or 18-19? We won the 18-19, so that's when we won the Champions League, wasn't it?
Yeah, 18-19.
That's when we won Champions League. That's when we won the Premier League.
Yeah.
So Ali came in 18-19. So Edison's played a whole season more.
Yeah.
He didn't get Golden Gloves in 17-18. I don't know who got the Golden Gloves in 17-18. So he got Premier League champion, but I doubt he would have conceded many goals in 17-18.
17-18 was... Who was Chelsea's goalkeeper?
Not sure.
Mate, it's hard to remember Chelsea, isn't it? Who was their goalkeeper before Flipping Kepa came in?
I cannot remember.
Flip knows, bro. Flip knows.
De Bruyne.
Courtois. Yeah, my son just said it's
Courtois. Yeah, there you go. I'm going on a midfield comparison now. Let's do it. Right, De Bruyne.
Well, you know the goals are going to destroy us straight away.
15-16, yeah. Played 25 games, 7 goals. 16-17, 36 games, 6 goals. 17-18, 37 games, 8 goals. 2018, 2019, 19 games, 2 goals. 19-20, 35 games, 13 goals. That year he was injured like everyone was in COVID. And then 21-22, last season, he scored 15 goals in 30 games.
Tell you what.
That's mad.
I'll tell you what, it's impressive, yeah. I wouldn't take anything away from him. I just thought that there was more seasons when he had double figures, you know.
Yeah,
I really didn't. Because me and you watched last season when you was doing all the watch-alongs, and that wouldn't have been double figures if he didn't go and bang like flipping 4 goals in one game and 2 hat-tricks quick. But it is ridiculous record, man, 15 and 13 and that.
It could be commended. I mean, look at his assists. He's got 87 assists in 211 games.
His assist is ridiculous. There's no one in the league, in the world, probably I'm more scared of when it comes to him. I'm watching him cross the ball against West Ham to the back post, and I'm like, oh my God, bro. When they played against us and we drew 2-2, flipping heck, bro.
Right.
Every ball he played in.
This is why I'm saying about Grealish right now.
Grealish's record's trash, bro. Go to the Championship. I'll show you what I said yesterday, bro.
Yeah. 123 Premier League appearances, 19 assists, 18 goals. I mean, when was his first Premier League appearance? 15-16, is it? No, 2013, 2014 was his first ever Premier League appearance at Villa. Then 14-15.
Yeah, 2013 and 14, though, they sent him on loan, and I think.
Yeah, his best season was 19-20 when he got 8 goals in 36 games, which is decent. But yeah, I just start to see where the 100 million came from. I still think it's mad now when you look at them stats. Gundogan's a great little player.
I love this guy, man. That's the game, man. 2021, bro. He was the best in the league, bro.
Yeah, look at that, 36 goals in 158 games. And that's not really his job either.
No.
I'm looking at
that's the difference. Jay, that is the difference. When I said to you and Cav the other day, I said, like, people I don't need loads from our midfielders in terms of goals. I just need extra to what they've already got. Like, I remember I said that even if they all went and got flipping 5-6 goals and that makes a massive difference. And Man City prove it, bro, because the season's there when Gundogan and Bernardo and that's got like 6 goals and stuff.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Bro. Massive difference.
Everyone, apart from De Bruyne, no one gets double figures in midfield.
And you know what the difference is there, isn't it? He shoots from outside the box.
Yeah. Like 29 goals in 167 Premier League appearances. Yeah. 28 assists.
I've seen, I don't know the number. Patman probably knows better anyway. Actually, you won't know the details of it. But I've seen on numerous occasions when De Bruyne has won him a game, it's been a shot from outside the box.
Yeah.
It was just needed. So, and we don't have that.
I mean, look at Phil Foden's. Phil Foden's record's actually disgusting.
Yeah, his record's pretty. Yeah.
98 games, only 98 games. He's got 24 goals and 13 assists, and you forget how.
Look how many substitutes he's had as well. They've been half of the games, bro.
Yeah,
his geezer's dangerous, man.
And how old? And he's only 22. That's a mental record.
Absolutely bit of a wet wipe. He can't protect his mum and that, but on the pitch, serious guy.
Yeah, he's a proper footballer. Yeah, this is Man City's midfield. It's just what's happening here? Here we go. That kid's going
to be a problem, man. That flipping Cole Palmer, bro. He's going to be a problem. Hopefully,
Palmer's going to be a good footballer. This there. They just got such a good midfield. Look at that. Like Foden, Silva, Calvin Phillips, De Bruyne, Rodri, Jack Grealish, Gundogan. You know, it's mad, ain't it? It's absolutely mad. They've not got the biggest squad in the world, City. Look, this is their squad, literally. It's not actually that big.
What video did you do the other day? And I can't remember what video it was, and I told you to bring up. No, you done a video, but I was on the website and I was going through. I was reading that Man City's team and then the numbers of midfielders and stuff. It was before everyone got injured, obviously, but I was saying that because remember before everyone got injured, everyone was like bringing in 2 more midfielders and that. And I was saying that most teams don't have as many players as you lot talking about. Like it doesn't really work like that. And we know that in terms of world class, it's a word what's used a lot, but most teams don't have even put it this way: if you know Real Madrid's team are aging,
Yeah.
but you have like Modric, Cruz, and Casemiro, who are world class. But obviously, when does that change? When you know what I mean? You're getting older, moving away from that. So if you take their young guns, what are going in now, Tchouaméni and Camavinga and that, they're not world class.
No,
they're not world class. It doesn't matter what anyone says. They haven't got to that yet. And you look at PSG, their midfield, like who's them? Verratti's world class. Who else is world class?
Yeah,
this is just me going through the big teams. Bayern Munich, Gravenberch ain't world class yet. Like these people ain't world class yet. So, and then everyone told us that Thiago and Firmino was. So, if that's the case, then I don't see the issue is just the fact that Thiago's not fit all the time. Clearly, because I think out of the 10 games we dropped points last season, 8 of them Thiago played in.
Yeah. I mean,
no, he didn't play in. So
he did play in them, mate. Yeah. So he is important. There's no doubt. Like,
he's massive.
I was just looking at Naby Keita, right? Apparently, I'm reading it now. Naby Keita last season actually only missed 8 games to injury last season, and we played 63 games. That just tells me that Klopp didn't trust him why he didn't play more last season. He literally only missed 8 games because of injury last season. That's mad. Only 8 games of injury he missed.
Would you say not to be fair to Klopp, but you know when there was a point in the season where we just had to knuckle down and try and catch up with City, and we didn't really focus on anyone else. We just focused on winning games. And you know when you're winning constantly, you don't want to change anything, can it? Whatever midfield and striker force you've got, you're like, I want to keep it because the momentum's there. So we didn't, and that's why.
Here's one for you. I don't know if you know, like Naby Keita played 40 games last season.
40 out of 63.
Yeah. Not all of them starting, obviously, a lot of subs and stuff like that. Yeah. But he had only actually injured for 8 games through injury last season, which we've been saying it all the time. Naby weren't injured last season. He just weren't. Klopp was either only using him as a substitute or he weren't playing in games. But he played 40 games out of 63 in all competitions. Now, a lot of them games could be last 5 minutes and 90-minute matches.
Yeah, of course.
And they count as an appearance, don't they? So, that don't mean he played. That's why some of them you like. So when we said about Ox played that many games last season, we're like, we can't remember Ox playing. It's because he came on for 2 minutes to go and things like that. And it's counted as an appearance. And that's what happened with Naby Keita last season. And Naby actually weren't that injured last season. And this season he had a virus. So
I'm still torn on Naby in it because I'm like, I've always been quite honest with you in saying that he doesn't excite me when we need to make a sub and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean I don't think he's a good football player. That's just my honest feeling. Like when he warms up, I'm not like, oh, like if I was playing against Bayern Munich, someone see Sane warming up, I'm like, for fuck's sake. And I don't think any other team in the league looks at him warming up and goes, oh my God, we need to this, you know what I mean? Whereas you look at Man City and I see you flipping Mahrez and that warming up, and before this season Sterling, I'm like, oh my God. But the thing why I'm torn is because I've seen what kind of player he could be and how he's played before he got to Liverpool. But what's happening is every time I say that, another season goes by, and now he's been at Liverpool for how long? 4 seasons.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking the Naby that was there before we got him probably doesn't exist anymore. If it's took 4 seasons and I ain't seen it, then because the people who I'm a fan of every player in our team, and I don't hate anyone. I love all of our players. But there's people who love other players more than certain other ones. So when people who love Naby start saying to me, well, he was good last season, and I'm like, no. Last season, he just done what he was supposed to do. There was nothing impressive that I saw. And then like, oh, well, bet you any money, go and speak to somebody who's a massive fan of Naby. They're going to bring up the Man U game. Man U were terrible, bro. We were good, but Man U were terrible. So don't bring up that game to me, bro, where they fell apart. This is pointless. And yeah, apart from that, you can't give. It's weird to me.
It's mad. I've just seen
some people try to tell me Taki's best Premier League game is against Crystal Palace. I'm like, well, no shit. The one the
one of the only
7-0
games he
and
played.
He scored 2 goals.
It's one of the only games he played as well.
Flipping.
I've just seen Saint Sorry online on Twitter. That is very alarming.
Klopp's injured.
No, Klopp's injured. No, Man City are talking to Jude Bellingham.
Why didn't I mention 15 minutes ago? He was his best friend at Dortmund.
Yeah, apparently City are talking. Apparently, City's representatives are talking to Jude Bellingham, for a
Well,
transfer.
I'll just let you
for
know
a transfer
it's over.
next season.
It's over, bro. Jude's going to Man City. Bernardo's going to Barcelona, and we have to deal with it.
Yeah,
and I'm not joking, bro. People will see what I was talking about when I said that all the midfielders that everyone kept mentioning, Barella and Tuchemani, and that Bellingham's better than them. And if he goes to Man City, then I'm just going back to one in the Champions League, bro.
it's just Bellingham. Yeah, that Bellingham's different. You know,
Nah,
what I mean?
to be fair, all you can say from that is that the only beauty there is like Jude Bellingham at the current stage isn't better than Bernardo Silva in it. So if to swap him, it's like, it's kind of like and it's not a diss to Man City. It's actually a compliment. It's kind of how I feel about Haaland. He's going to go and score flipping 35 goals or whatever, but City not scoring wasn't a problem for them anyway.
No.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, he scores 35, and then all the rest of the midfielders score 5 less. Okay, doesn't. But Champions League, Haaland's going to be a problem, and if Haaland and Bellingham's in the same squad again, sad times, bro. Sad times, bro. That's the case. Klopp can't do anything about that, bro.
Big up, Mickey. How you doing, mate?
Klopp and FSG can't do nothing other than sell their ass, man, and make some extra money, bro. Because it's screwed, bro. You can only laugh at it, bro. You can only laugh, man.
You can only do so much, can't you? That's just mad. That's just absolutely mad. Big up, Mickey. How you doing, mate? It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I told you we're stealing Bellingham. Well, I don't know if Liverpool ever in for him, to be fair. I think it's just fans online. But afternoon, guys. Just on my lunch. We're doing good, Stubbs. We're doing good.
Big up, Stubbs. Stubbs, have you changed your icon?
Yeah, he's got a new badge, new logo.
He looks sick, man.
Yeah, I think the missus did it for him. I'm not sure.
Vibes. Shout out your missus, man.
What you have for lunch, Steve? Yeah, a lot of people got new logos for this season. Big up to everyone.
Yeah, man. People are moving up in the world, bro. Love it. You love to see it, man.
Let's get Sporting Lisbon's Nunes. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of talk online at the moment that I don't know. I literally don't know. Liverpool, are they going to buy anyone? Now they know Thiago's injury 6 weeks. They know Ox is out. It don't matter how long Ox is out. As soon as he comes back, he'll get injured again.
Yeah.
Keita really wasn't injured last season. He was just ill at the moment, but he'll probably play against Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Henderson's always available, as we've gone through the stats to show. Milner as well. Fabinho went through the stats. Fabinho's always available, but there is issues with Fabinho at the moment. I don't know. Yeah. As a fan, I'll be like, yeah, we need someone to come in before the 1st of September when it closes. But I'm not the boss. And if he thinks they don't, then it's just, we're going to have to deal with it. That's why I said maybe if he doesn't feel like we need a midfielder, he's got enough there. I don't think we got enough there with the way it is at the moment to continue playing 4-3-3.
If Klopp pulls off the league, yeah,
if we win the league with this team, I just want apologies from absolutely everybody. I really do, because I'm just
going to say, innit, if we finish the season and we've won the Champions League and finished second, or if we finish the season and win the Prem and don't win any other trophy, and with Besiktas, Carvalho and Elliott in the starting lineup, don't talk to me about the gaffer again. Don't talk to me about the gaffer again. Because it's mad, man. I think listen, the reason why people like Elliott and stuff are on loan in the first place is because you do that so you can bring them back when they're ready and play in the first team, innit? So everyone needs to start looking at Elliott's age, because no one was looking at any other young person's age who was a dope player. You just play them,
exactly.
Foden, Mbappe, all these players, and I'm not comparing them, but in age. So I don't look at Elliott as I don't look at Carvalho like that either, because I watched him play against big men last season. So I don't really look at them as like, they're in terms of age, yeah, they're young, but I don't look at them as they're not inexperienced anymore. They played with Besiktas inexperienced, but it's going to be interesting, bro. They excite me anyway when they're on the pitch, so I'll give them that.
Yeah, it's just, it's mad. It's mad. I mean, I don't know what I think about it. I don't know what I think. If they get Bellingham, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. If they get Bellingham, then it's a valid thing to be worried, bro.
Well, you've
Honestly,
got the maddest.
I think he's that good, bro.
And some amazing attackers, Elliot Carvalho and Joe. I think when I look at the midfield, I literally think big up UK Drilly. I literally think Klopp wants to. The way I think this is why I'm looking at it. The way Klopp might be looking at it is that Klopp might be looking at it and thinking, I've got Elliot Carvalho, Curtis Jones at this football club. I've really got an opportunity now with 5 substitutions now to play them and give them a lot of game time this season. Now, Klopp has a lot of faith in players, as we know. He puts a lot of faith in players. He goes to them, look, I think you're good. You got to play for me. I want you at this team. Show me it on the pitch. If you don't show me it, you don't play. Simple as that. And I think he's going to show a lot of faith into these players. And I think Elliot and Carvalho will play, especially them two. I think them two will play a lot this season. And if Klopp's looking at him thinking, right, I'm going to give a lot of game time to these two. I want to see how they play. Because if I don't play them now, when am I going to play them? Literally. So if we go and buy new midfielders next season, it's really going to limit the time of Carvalho and Harvey Elliott as well, again.
Yeah.
So I think he's looking and thinking, right, let's play them, see how good they are. And if they're as good as I think they are anyway, this is Klopp talking. If I think they're as good as they are anyway, I don't need to go in the transfer market this summer to buy a midfielder. Now,
I agree.
That might be how he's thinking, but it's not how we're thinking as fans, and that's the difference.
I agree with you because you know my views on this, and I know a lot of people out there, they get wound up because I'm so calm about it. But what do you want me to do in it? I feel how I feel, man. And I kind of have the view that I was ready to see Carvalho and Elliott in the squad this season anyway. Like we said it all pre-season. We kept saying like I'll stand on my own if I have to, but I'm excited to see them play. Yeah, there's going to be a big test for them, but like, how do you become a great footballer if you can't go for it, man? I've seen Foden and not playing big games, bro. Like, it happens, innit? And there might be the odd game where they play against somebody like a Man City or Tottenham and one of them gets overwhelmed, doesn't have a great game. That's fine. He goes again, innit? And then gets better. And I don't know about all these transfer stuff. I honestly don't know. But I know that for me, on record, 100%, out of all the midfielders we've been linked to, for me, Bellingham's the best midfielder. He's the only person I've watched consistently since he was like 16.
Yeah. You're from that neck of the woods as well, aren't you? So.
And when I look at what our club needs, our midfield needs, and going forward, he will be the best midfielder we can get, and he'll fit straight into our squad. And if you go off Klopp's words, even this season when he said about having enough midfielders, and if we get somebody, it'll be somebody for the future. It kind of makes sense to me that they've probably already spoke to Dortmund. Because I know I just joked about the Bellingham thing and Man City representative, but the chances are that if it's the truth, a Liverpool representative's already probably spoke to them. They've probably already done it and found out that we're not doing anything till next season, so forget about it. So then it will be the race between City and Liverpool. Not a race, but it'll be down to Jude because he's that good. Who does he want to play for? You know what I mean? I know that I think Job was coming across on that, and he's not much younger than Bellingham, to be fair. There's like 2 or 3 years between them. I don't know if that sways anything, to be honest. I don't want to make stuff up, but it is his brother, and But for me, I think that's what's going to happen, and he might not bear well for this season because loads of people are saying that like we need somebody now, which is it's a fair assessment. But I do believe that long term and somebody who's going to be a mainstay in our team, and I'm talking about he'll be the best midfielder in our team in the future. Once Thiago's not running it anymore and he's getting injured already, he's already at older age, he's our best midfielder and he'll end up being our best player as well. So, but if he goes to Man City, everything I just said doesn't change. He's that good that he changes their squad as well for the better.
Yeah,
so
he's an extremely good player. I mean, and with Klopp as well, I think Klopp has the future in mind as well. He's already said that he wants his team not to fall apart when he leaves as well. He's actually looking for the future. So
that's what the rebuild started, isn't it?
Yeah, he's looking for the future. So that's also what he wants. He doesn't want a 27, 28-year-old midfielder as a stopgap.
Yeah.
He doesn't want that. He wants, a 23, 24, 22-year-old midfielder that can come into this team, that can play at a level already and then develop it at a level and keep going for the next 5 to 6, 7 years. That's what he's looking at. I think that's what the team's looking at.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it makes sense.
He doesn't see them things as small. The trophies that we won last season. It's a newsflash to people, but Klopp doesn't see them as small trophies. Do you see how he celebrates them, bro?
He said they were massive achievements, like massive trophies.
They are. Like, I get the fan base thing, and we can do the banter with other teams. I don't mind that. You know what I mean? We know the levels of the trophies, the Champions League and the Premier before, whatever. But it's still achievements, and he doesn't see them as like second rate because he knows that the team still had to beat decent teams to get there in the first place. And the fact we beat Chelsea in 2 finals, and he sees Chelsea as a massive team. So, but I do think, and I don't know if you agree, that if I said this to you yesterday, if Bernardo does go, and once our players are back fit, because I know that it seemed like a long way away, but if the same Thiago's the one who's out for the longest and is out for 6 weeks, then it's just Curtis to come back. And Jota's not a midfielder anyway. I think our teams are even. Man City might edge it a little bit, but I think our teams are even in terms of around the pitch. Don't compare just the midfield to midfield because we play football completely different. Like, we know our creativity is from the fullback. So if I go team for team, I think it's very even, and I think that's a more fun season then. But at this current time, if he stays there, he's so good that like he makes a massive difference.
Yeah. I agree. Guys, we're going to leave it there. We've been on for a bit now. And
this is a demon stream, man. 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah. Still. Right. That is it, guys. I am not talking any more about this midfield unless we get breaking news that we're buying a midfielder. Otherwise,
the only talk should be transfers now.
Yeah, I am literally done talking about the midfield now, guys. I gave you a big video talking about it, chatting about it. We're looking at stats, comparing players, talking about players, what we need, what I think, transfer-wise, Klopp's thinking as well. It's Graham, we do not want Shaka, but big up to you, my man. It's just, I've gave you my points now, guys, and it is how it is now. Videos going forward, I'll be looking at other things as well. But yeah, that'd be it.
In the chat, man.
That'd be it. You guys can talk about the midfield still in the live
Jamie,
chat and all that.
Face. Jamie just wants to enjoy football now. He's like,
I just the midfield thing does my head in. You guys know my views of it, and we can't keep dragging it up.
Ain't this the longest week? When Liverpool lose, we didn't even lose. See, keep saying lose. When Liverpool drop points, it's the longest week of all time. Waiting for the next game,
and because we're playing on a Monday, it's even longer.
That's what I'm saying. Because remember last season and that
10 days.
If we drew a game or lost a game, the next game was in like 3 days, 2 days. Because of how the season was.
It'd be 10 days between games.
Oh my god, bro! Waiting till Monday is long, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to battle Palace, bro. I need it for my own sanity, bro. So everyone can just leave me alone.
And then we can rest on this midfield shit. Yeah.
And then everyone who said Clubhouse going to start deleting their tweets.
But yeah. So guys, thanks for joining in and listening to us today. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. Starting to look ahead at the Premier League fixtures, guys. So join me tomorrow, same time, same place.
We go to chat, man.
Shout out to everyone. Guys, peace out. Much love.